Punk. Hello and welcome to the first ever EAFC 24 Creators Cup hosted by PlayStation Tournaments, where we are live from the Etihad Stadium here in Manchester. And we have some of your favourite EAFC content creators waiting inside to chat to us a little bit later. And of course, we also have your favourite FC casters as well, Richard Buckley and Brandon Smith. They're always here, they're always joining me. Lads, how are you doing today?
Yeah, super. Thank you very much. Great event. It really is.
And Rich, just talk to us about the backdrop that we have for today's tournament as well.
I mean, it's the place of champions, the treble winners. It's an unbelievable stadium, and we're going to find some more champions by the end of play today. I can't wait. Yeah,
I can't wait. And Brandon, it's so good, isn't it, as well, having creators and players making up these duos. I mean, what's not to love?
It's a really lovely format, isn't it? It's a great chance for up-and-coming players to get the chance to taste playing at a tournament for these content creators, though, just to offer maybe a bit of an insight to content creation, also playing the game at a very high level. But I'll tell you what, it's getting chilly out there.
I was going to say that. So without us getting a little bit colder still, let's allow these two to bring you up to speed of how this tournament plays out.
The EA Sports FC 24 Creators Cup final, hosted by PlayStation Tournaments, will see 12 teams taking part in the competition.
And the tournament itself is being played at home of a team that know a thing or two about winning trophies, as we are here at Man City's Etihad Stadium.
Each team is made up of a player and a creator from 12 different regions from around the world.
And what they're playing for is not only cash prizes, not only a trophy, but tickets for this year's UEFA Champions League final.
The duels will pick their squads on EA Sports FC 24 with all items available to be used.
So they can really build their own ultimate team.
The 12 duels have been split into 4 groups of 3 and will compete in a round-robin group stage.
And they'll be following a best-of-3 format.
In each best of 3, game 1 will always be player versus player.
In match 2, it will be creator against creator.
And if game 3 is required, it's back to player versus player.
Every match will be made to find a clear winner. So if we need to go to extra time and penalties, we'll do exactly that.
The group winners will go straight into the quarter-finals, with 2nd and 3rd from different groups playing off for a spot in the quarters.
And in the small case that we do need to go to a tie-break, it will go down to the number of matches won in the best of 3 games, the individual matches won, and even goal difference.
That's not including penalty shootouts.
And also, goals scored and booking points might need to be used to find the final group order.
In the even smaller chance of a draw, we go down to the head official and drawing straws. With the longer the straw, you're going through to the next round.
So there we have it. It's time to jump into the competition. It's the EA Sports FC 24 Creators Cup final, hosted by PlayStation Tournaments on PS5 here at the Etihad Stadium.
No one told me I needed to bring multiple outfits here. Guys, I mean, don't leave me hanging. If we're changing outfits, let me know. OK, jokes aside, we know how the tournament is going to play now, so let's meet the duos taking part. OK, so Group A then looks like this. From the UK and Ireland, we have the creator AJ, and he is joined by Ben. Then from Australia, we have Team M Bucks. We have creator Master Bucks, and he is joined by Naylor. And then the final team in Group A, we have Team Rowan, joined by Rowan and then Mattia. I mean, Richard, tell me a little bit about Group A and who's the one to watch.
Yeah, we're great to see Group A in action. I mean, I think Master Bucks might have been one of my favourites. Don't typically get the chance to meet him. The first time I get to chat to him, and we share the same second name, so always great to see.
You're rooting for him?
Yeah.
All right, I see how this is going to work. OK, let's have a look then at Group B. Brandon, you're all over this one, of course. Let's meet our teams in this group. Brandon, who are you picking from these 3 teams? A team from Brazil, the Nordics and Latin America.
Well, the one thing that's really interesting about this group, Rachel, is that all of the qualifier winners are actually pro players. So they've had some experience in playing in tournaments before. So for them, this is another day at the office. But for me, I'm going to be sort of turning my attentions to Team MuPro. The content creator there followed the Nations team when Brazil won it 2 years in a row. This man knows about these sort of environments, and I think him and his partner Victor from MGCF Esports are a team to watch out for.
Exactly. Team Jonas and Cacho joining Merpro there in Group B. Let's go on to Group C then and meet our teams from Group C. So from North America, Team Zweibek. Then we have from Spain, Team Spacito. And then from India, Team K18. Again, same question here, Rich. A lot of exciting creators and players in this group.
Yeah, a lot of familiar names as well. You look at Team Zweibek, obviously a huge creator, but also King CJ, his player alongside him. He's had EMLS glory in the past. Spacito, I've had the chance to commentate him playing football actually after a Champions League where he put on a great performance. And I mean, you see Team K18 there. Can't not talk about Charanjot, one of the players from India who's really made a mark in this Esports FC Pro campaign.
Okay, and our final group then, Group D, our final 3 duos as well look like this. From France, Team AF5. From the Middle East, Team Mr. Dunn. And then from Team Germany, Team Pro Owns. I mean,
it's a great group.
Oh, we've got world champions in there, former pros. That's a tough group, isn't it?
You've got such a balance, haven't you? You've got obviously YouTube content creator AF5 from France who has dabbled across, competing. But Mr. Dunn there, former world champion. This man has played, FC at the highest of levels and has won a championship. And then Pro Owns, formerly a pro player, now a full-time content creator. And the winners that have come through there, some really exciting names.
Yeah, 12 duos. It's all to play for, of course. But all of our teams, they actually played yesterday as well. So let's bring you guys at home up to speed with who looked good in day one.
The EA Sports Creators Cup kicked off yesterday and the group stages are complete. 24 players came into Manchester all with the same goal, walking away with the top prize and the trophy. Finish top of your group and it's a relaxing night as you progress straight to the quarterfinals. Group A saw Team AJ3 pick up 2 quick wins, a dominant performance backed up with a bullish prediction ahead of day 2.
I think that we're probably favourites to win. That's how I see it, but we have to see tomorrow.
This guy's one of the best players here, so fingers crossed he just keeps winning and we keep going through.
Group B was tight and required all 3 matches for Team Merpro to secure their place in the quarterfinals, including an incredibly edgy penalty shootout in match 2.
I really want to go to the finals, and we are sure we're gonna talk and see how we can be better next day and lose none.
A tournament leading 25 goals mean Team Spacito cruised through Group C. They produced the biggest single win of the day with a destructive 10-2 win.
We have been playing on a good level. He was one of the top players, I think, here from the pro players, and I do my work, so yes, tomorrow we will be in the quarterfinals.
And 2 wins for Team Pro Owns means the German favourites top their group. A robust defensive display with just 5 goals conceded in 4 games suggests they'll be very hard to beat. Now we move on to the lower bracket play-ins, featuring each group's 2nd and 3rd teams facing off for spots in the quarterfinals. Lose and you're out. Who'll make the cut?
Well, with the group stages completed, the top 4 players went through to the quarterfinals, and the remaining duos joined us for the playoffs to book themselves a spot in the final 8. Shall we have a look then and see how the results finished on day 1? So these are the groups. It was best of 3, as Richard and Brandon told us earlier on in the show. So topping Group A, Team AJ3. He looked pretty exciting in that one. Group B, first there, Team Merpro. Look at that, 20 goals scored. In Group C, first place went to Team Spacito. 25 goals scored, I'm looking at there. And then Group D was dominated by Team Pro Owns with a dominant display again. 2 match wins is pretty much what we're looking at. I mean, boys, looking at that, obviously we're looking at the top players to be the ones to watch going forward, and it kind of seemed like that as well, didn't it? Let's start with AJ3 topping Group A. He looked good, and he's got a good teammate as well.
Yeah, I think AJ did what he needed to do. For me, that team is... I think the players can hear us right now, so I'm not going to big him up too much, but I think Brigami is the guy in this tournament. He's been unbeaten throughout this entire process. He picked up 3 of those 4 wins that in the games to solidify the match wins in the group, and he has been the team when they've been in a hole to dig out Team AJ3.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we said as well, didn't we? Those 4, they progressed straight away to those quarterfinals. But let's have a look at the bracket then as well and see what the playoffs looked like and who tried to win to get through to those quarterfinal spots. So lower bracket playoffs is what we're calling them, looks like this. Well, Mr. Dunn there, obviously a world champion from 2015. He takes on Team Zwayback. Then K18 takes on AF5. Team Cacho takes on Master Bucks. And then Team Roan takes on Team Jonas there at the bottom. 4 really exciting playoffs that we have to look forward to as well, Brandon.
And it's the interesting part here as well, Rachel. It's the first time that teams are going to be eliminated now. I think yesterday we saw in the group stage is that if you top the group, you go straight through to the semi-finals, or the quarterfinals, sorry, which is a really nice momentum to have. But for these guys now, didn't have a great day 1. They've got to improve for day 2. Bless you.
Pressure starts getting on here as well. They had yesterday after the groups to kind of reset, and then today they come in and it means business, of course. Well, let's then have a look and see who made it through to those quarterfinal spots.
So earlier this morning, all 12 teams were given the full blue carpet treatment as they arrived at the Etihad Stadium for day 2 of the EA Sports FC Creators Cup, hosted by PlayStation Tournaments. The lower bracket action got straight underway, but for 4 teams, this would be their final participation in the event. First up saw Norway versus Italy as Team Ron took on Team Jonas, and it was a very close first game with the score at 2-2. However, as we entered the final moments of the match, it was Team Rons who found a last-minute winner to snatch the victory. A more convincing 2-0 win followed in their second game for Team Rons, meaning that we say goodbye to the Norwegians.
Andreas, my player, was brilliant, but I haven't prepared so much for this tournament because I had that mentality that I can do it if I want, you know. But actually, it could be good with some practices hours in front of this.
Next up was Latin America versus Australia as Team Master Bucks took on Team Cacho. The first match went to extra time, but it was Team Cacho who found a late goal in the 117th minute to snatch the victory. The second game was also incredibly close with just 1 goal separating the sides. However, again, it was Team Cacho who came out with a huge 4-3 win to send the Aussies back down under.
We went down in game 1 and I've not been at my best today, but I was 4-1 down. I somehow fought it back to 4-3. I was banging down the door, but Cacho in the end just, held on. So, unfortunate. But, I mean, we've had fun, so.
In our third lower bracket match, India took on France. And for the second time in the tournament, Team K18 conceded 10 goals as they crashed out of the tournament to Team AF5.
For me, it has been a great experience to say, especially play in the Etihad Stadium, the home of Manchester City. And I think I did pretty well. I played like 6 games and I won 4 of those and lost 2 against pro players. And I think Ketan, my teammate, also fought well, considering he doesn't even play FIFA. He did well, he scored like a fair few goals. So it was a great experience for me.
And finally, it was time to see the previous world champion, Mr. Dunn, take the stage against the North American side, as Team Swayback suffered 2 defeats, and it looks like they'll be going back across the Atlantic as they crashed out the tournament.
So the morning started off great. Started off with pancakes at the hotel with some syrup. Cute little pancake maker. It little drops down and takes a little minute to make. Coffee was good. And then, the mental battles began on the bus. What was the game going to be like? Who are my opponents? And we did well. King CJ held up pretty well. First game, ended up losing, unfortunately, so that's my pro. And then it came down to me. And first 15, 20 minutes of the game, I thought I had a chance there, and then he just took off, and he ended up cooking me up 5-0 with Ronaldo and Mbappe. But great experience, what can I say?
And now just 8 teams remain as we head into the quarter-final stages here at the Creators Cup.
Well, our quarterfinals are set, but I'm very pleased to say we have one of our duos joining me in the studio now. Unfortunately, they are not going to be in the quarterfinals, but that is why I get them here, which is very exciting. Zwayback and King CJ, thank you so much for joining me. Firstly, thank you for coming here. 5,000 miles, pretty much, you guys have traveled. Are you feeling a little bit jet-lagged, or are you both okay?
You want to take this one?
We're very jet-lagged. I'll say after yesterday's competition, we were very tired. There was a lot happening, so We're very tired.
Are we going to blame it on that? Or
I was about to say, is that your excuse here?
That's the excuse.
Partly,
Yeah,
but
that's the excuse.
partly.
But can I talk about your relationship? Because you guys seem like you have a lot of fun out there. Obviously, this tournament started way back in October, November. You obviously had your own kind of creator tournament online, and obviously King CJ took part in that. Your journey started months ago. Does that mean you've built quite a special relationship kind of online, and now you get to meet in person as well?
I mean, CJ is a guy I've known for a while, and we just kind of hit it off.
Yeah.
Like, we see each other at events every now and again, and we talk to each other online. He showed me how to send myself a clip from PlayStation, so I'm learning a little bit from him as well. But he's just the man, and you get along with certain people in life, and he's just one of those.
How is he as a partner?
Very nice, very joyful, always calm.
I try to keep you calm, because it gets nuts in there.
Very fun person. Fun person. Doesn't take everything too seriously, which was good to have. So it was nice. I had a lot of fun. Didn't go as planned, but we had fun.
And you gave me those professional tips, those things I didn't know before. So.
Which were?
Just small little tactical things, just set up your subs the right way, this, that, and the other. But yeah.
Obviously, you had quite a tough day yesterday in the group, and you were saying, coming here this morning on the bus, you were trying to change that mentality around. What were you both saying to yourselves and each other?
I mean, I just came off another tournament just a week ago, so I'm already so tired. I was already cooked, and I took a flight the next day to come and play. But yesterday was not a good day, but we tried to reset our mentality and come in today as, just have fun. Just hope to make it through. Unfortunately, it didn't go as planned. We tried our best, but it wasn't meant to be.
Pretty much what he said. I started listening to music. Usually I don't listen to any music, but I saw him do that yesterday, so I decided to try to lock in. Didn't work out, but we tried.
I mean, it's obviously tough as well, isn't it, playing a world champion, Mr. Dunn?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're going up against him, it's going to be a hard match.
There were 10 minutes in that game where I thought I had a chance, and then he just flipped a switch, and it got nuts. So.
You did have a chance, though.
Yeah, no, I did.
You were properly giving him a game.
I can say I had a chance against a world champion, right?
Yeah,
I actually performed.
You did give him a game. I'm always proud of that performance.
In terms of, I guess, hanging out as well with a lot of other creators and players, just explain to people who don't have this opportunity what it's like. You guys are here at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester. You've flown all the way over here, and you've got players and creators from around the world. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's awesome. I mean, there's guys from Brazil, guys from, I think there's an Argentinian, Saudi, so just a bunch of different people from around the world, and we're here to just play the same game and learn a thing or two. So it's been a blast.
It's always nice to play people from different parts of the world, meeting new people, meeting the same people we meet at EA events, stuff like that. So it's always nice to see that we're not the only ones playing FIFA. It's a global game.
We're not the only ones struggling.
I mean, it's very difficult.
Who's your favourite to win now, both of you? One word or one team?
It's the Germans. I'll say the German boys.
Okay.
German boys as well.
Team Germany. They are taking it all the way. Zwebeck, King CJ, thank you so much. Good luck with whatever you both have coming next as well. Maybe we'll get to see you at the Champions League finals. You have to buy your own tickets. Sorry to let you know that. Okay, well, the playoffs are out of the way now. So let's take a look at the quarterfinals that took place just a couple of hours ago.
4 matches left to decide our semi-finalists, and there was nothing but drama here in the Mancunian suite at the Etihad Stadium. Tournament favourites AJ3 were pushed all the way by former world champion Mr. Dunn. A win each in games 1 and 2 meant we needed a decider, and after 90 minutes they still couldn't be split, so extra time was needed. The tie was goalless as we headed into the final 15 minutes of the match, and then out of nowhere Team AJ3 found the net to send the team from the Middle East home.
We played really well throughout the tournament. We had a tough group, and then also in the loser bracket we faced a very good team. We made it all the way to the quarterfinals. I'm so proud of my player. We did really well, and hopefully next one we can perform even better.
It was a similar tale in the tie between Team Merpro and Team AF5. A win apiece in the first 2 matches saw them take to the pitch for a 3rd time, and with the last kick of the game, it was Team Merpro who took the victory and the all-important spot in the semi-finals.
I played good 2 games, but I was unlucky. I choked a lot of shots, so I'm sad, but it's a game, and GG's the Brazilian player.
High-scoring Sposito carried on finally next here in the quarter-finals. A loss in Game 1 was countered with a 7-1 victory in Game 2, but it was Team Kachu who go through after a high-scoring game, winning it 5-3 in the decider. Unfortunately, Sposito are out of the competition, but a tally of 37 goals certainly left a mark at the Etihad Stadium.
I think I have a good level in the creators community, and I win all my matches, so I'm very happy.
And finally, we say goodbye to Team Roan, who lost an incredibly close quarter-final to Team Pro O's. 2 evenly contested matches with only 1 goal separating the 2 teams in both. But it's the German favourites who fly high into the semi-finals.
We lost for 1 goal in the 80 minutes, so we had some great games. It's unfortunate, but I'm happy for the event. It's really good. The guys are really nice, so it's okay. It's hard to lose, but we are happy anyway.
Now there's just 4 teams left. Only 1 team will come out on top. Let's get the semi-finals underway.
Well, it is almost time for those semi-finals, but shall we just bring you up to speed then of exactly what the bracket now looks like? Let's meet then, shall we? Our semi-finalists. Okay, here they are. Team AJ3 up against Team Merpro. That's up first. These both semi-finals actually are taking place at the same time. And then Team Cacho taking on Team Pro Owns. 2 big matchups. Rich, I'll come to you. Top one. You got a Brit in there still. The British team, AJ3, taking on Merpro. Exciting for us especially.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you were to look at this game, it all comes down to Game 1, probably. I think if Brigami can get the victory there, if Ben can get the win for Team AJ3, I think it puts Andy in a good position to just go out there and try and get a result. It doesn't have to be in regular time. We've seen penalty shootouts send you through in the competition. I would fancy Team AJ3 to come out on top in that game.
And then just picking up from what the North Americans are saying there, they think the Germans, they think Pro Owns are the ones to watch for the whole event, not just those semis.
I think I have to agree. Look, they haven't scored the most goals in the tournament by any means, but defensively, in the group stage, only conceded 5 goals, one of the best defensive teams we've seen. They haven't dropped a game, both players, which makes them unbelievable. I feel like they're in for a real chance. And I think the one thing that's really helped is the format of this tournament. There's an angle that the pro can really help the creator out, and I think we've seen that across the matches so far.
Having a level experience that he does have as well, Pro Owns, that definitely stands him in good stead, of course. Well, we are just moments away now for the next stage of the Creators Cup. Those semi-finals, which we've just been speaking about, they are on the other side of this VT.
Gaming is defined by moments.
It is intense.
The joy of victory and the thrill of overcoming challenges. Welcome to our home of competitive gaming, where we can all experience exciting esports moments.
The final 1v1 of the game here.
And celebrate the pros and the rising stars.
I do want to see a female in the NCS.
Bringing you guides and deep dives.
Horizon can go up, but she can't go up fast.
And tournaments where the community competes.
Wait! Did he go?
Whether you're in a heated match,
back, let's go!
Or watching along at the edge of your seat.
A duo taking down a trio.
Let's create moments from the games you love.
I'll take it!
Join us and subscribe to our channel to follow everything esports on PlayStation.
PlayStation. Well, this tournament started way back in 2023 with hundreds of thousands of players competing all around the world. Now we are down to our final 4, all with an eye on the top prize, tickets to the UEFA Champions League finals. Well, without further ado now, let's get to live gameplay. Let's get to our semi-finals. I'm going to hand you now over to Richard and Brandon for this one. Boys, enjoy.
Thank you very much, Rachel. And yes, here we go then. We've been here for quite some time at the Etihad Stadium, me and Richard Buckley. We were here yesterday watching all the group stages unfold, speaking to both the creators and the competition winners that have come through, speaking about their time here in Manchester and more importantly, what it would mean to them to go through and win this tournament. Because if they do that, they don't just win themselves €2,500, Richard. They also get Champions League final tickets.
Yeah, they do. It's big. It's a big prize. It's a big opportunity as well. And I think for a lot of these players, it's an opportunity at starting to really establish yourself as well. You look at Team AJ3, for example, Brig Army, E-Premier League, he had an opportunity there very recently in January. He had a good performance, picked up 7 points out of 12, but now he's starting to get a little bit more experience at a LAN event, starting to get that little bit more experience going far in tournaments, and I'm really intrigued to see what, if you do play well in this tournament, what can come next.
Well, the exciting thing about this tournament, the Creators Cup, is that we are playing an Ultimate Team first and foremost, but these players have been given basically the ability to use any player currently in Ultimate Team now. So expect to see some of those future star icons, Team of the Year icons, Team of the Year players, God squads basically, that are worth too many coins to even think or dream about. And also the one thing we love about this tournament here at the Etihad Stadium is that it's the format, Rich, because the pro plays first. So it's a pro 1v1 game first, then it's the creator 1v1, and then if we need to go to a third game, we'll do just that. And basically it's a chance for the pro to sort of save the time,
The emphasis is always on the player. If you've got a creator in your team, like someone like Pro Odes, who used to play at events and make actual legit esports events, it helps if you can win that first game and say, go on, mate, you go and do what you need to do. But the player always has the chance, if you win that first game, to lose the second game with the creator and then go on and save your team in that third match.
Well, the exciting thing is, as Richard said, both games are playing at the same time here. It's the Pro v Pro match up first, so of course we'll be watching Brig Army up against Victor, AJ3 against Murpro in our featured matchup. And then just off stage here, we've got the Argentine that we know quite well, Eze Correa, Richard Buckley, with Team Cacho. He came through the Latin America qualifier, and it's Team Pro Owners that have picked up JH7, who is still in the virtual Bundesliga and was actually a couple of games away, if you remember rightly, for qualifying for the FC Pro.
I seem to remember that Eze Correa represented Argentina quite a little bit as well in the last couple of seasons. As we are underway, it's going to be Team Merpro from right to left in that Arsenal strip. And from left to right, Team AJ3.
Could be an early chance. Defended well. No surprise, we're playing in the Everton colours with AJ3. The captain of this team, who has won one of his games out of the three. He has a couple of times needed his teammate Brig Army to help him out, but I'll be honest, he had to play against a former world champion in his quarter-final matchup. But what a game that was, by the way. It was 0-0 until the 122nd minute. And then Brig Army came in clutch to qualify them for a top four.
Literally last kick of the game for Brig Army. I actually stood behind him when he was playing that game as well and was getting a little bit frustrated throughout. Chance for Pateas into R9, first goal.
Speaking of goals, Richard, it's not the only one that's gone. If we can catch in the other match, there's been a goal over there as well. It was quite a fortunate one. It's Mbappe. Has grabbed a goal over in the other matchup too. Remember, there are two games playing at the same time. We can confirm that Team Cacho leads Team Pro Owners. That would be a massive result, Rich, because as we said, both players have been unbeaten throughout this whole Creators Cup journey so far. Pateas back to Haaland, took a deflection on the way through. It's still the Brazilian side that lead by a goal to 0. Best of one game, 6-minute halves here. Just a quick look at the teams, Richard. Obviously, Ultimate Team, no restrictions, no draft formats at all. It's basically use any player you want. I mean, we come to expect the same 9-10 players in the teams. There's a couple of interesting picks there, though. On a Battle of FC Barcelona, the right back. She's been so popular as of late.
Big fan. of Anya Bertel in at right back.
Massive switch of play. This could be trouble.
Virgil van Dijk, always so strong at the back.
You having a little giggle, are you?
Just can't believe we're at the Etihad Stadium.
Fun fact.
Joe studied at this stadium.
Yeah, fun fact. Me and Richard Buckley actually met at this stadium. We actually studied together in Manchester.
Yeah, great times.
Wish I went to London now instead. 25 minutes into our feature match. But if we can just quickly have a little look across to our other matchup. There has been 2 goals in that game. Team Cacho 1, Team Pro Owns 1. There was an equaliser in it. Keep in mind that it is competition winners in action first. Could be on for a second. It's Haaland. It's the cutback. You know what he's doing. That's what he's all about.
He's always going to win it, is Erling Haaland. As soon as that ball goes up to the back post, he's always going to win the knockdown, win the first contact, to make it difficult. And not seen that celebration before from Ronaldo Nazario, but
done it a couple of times this weekend. I've never seen it trigger before. We said look out in our other game. This is live now for you. And there has been a huge chance there, saved by Petr Cech. That's 1-1, 26 minutes on the clock in our featured game. This is the EA Sports FC24 Creators Cup final here in Manchester, presented by PlayStation Tournaments.
Played on PS5.
2-0. Victor leads at the moment. I mean, that one could set up this second game. Would mean that the pressure would be on AJ3 to come back and try and beat Mupro, the content creator in our format we have got here.
Should we head on back to our featured game? Team
let's do
AJ3 versus Team Murpro. We're bigging up Team AJ3. And
he's a goal back. He's a way back into this game, does Brigami. He's been so impressive throughout this tournament because, to be brutally honest, Richard, he hasn't lost a single game. He came really close there with Team of the Year R9. And it's funny that we leave the other game, Richard, because guess what happened in the other game?
Tell me.
A goal went in. And it has gone the way of Pro Owns. I think they're 2-0 up, 2-1 up now. They lead in that game. Could be a chance straight down the other end. There's the players on the screen. Brigami against MGCF Victor. Goes under the name of MGCF Big.
It's a big performance from him.
It is so far, isn't it? Knocking on the door still.
I'd quite like to see...
Has to make something happen here. Clutch tackle at the back there.
It doesn't really like the cross. Does Brigami into
Haaland
Haaland
on the pitch though.
Yeah, it doesn't. They're not a big fan of that way of playing. But sometimes you've got to do a deal with the devil. And if Erling's there asking for it,
this is a gift. Has to. Mbappe had to score that one. Maldini somehow right place, right time. Just got in the way of that. This one's about to go into half-time. As soon as it does go into half-time, we'll catch the closing stages of our other semi-final matchup. You're all right, though.
Just see him at the back post now.
Got Haaland there. Get him on the ball. Get the ball into the box. That's what they did on the other side of play. Victor with the cut back earlier with Team of the Year Haaland. You know he's either going to be the player to flick it on or alternatively just to go in and goal it himself. That aerial plus play style that he's got has been causing nightmares for all players around the world.
And we saw it a little bit with the...
Vieira.
He plays him at right back. Patrick Vieira brings him on to try and counteract the Haaland back post cross. That'll do us the first half. We saw it a little bit with the Dynasties version of Erling Haaland. And this Team of the Year particular item is just truly unplayable inside the box. You can see both POVs there from the two semi-finalists. Murpro on the right, Team AJ3 on the left.
Well, you can see the changes now, can't you? You mentioned about Vieira being the answer to Erling Haaland potentially. There's a couple of changes there that we could be seeing in the midfield too. Pateas does remain on.
As it stands, Andy AJ3 must-win game. 45 minutes left to play.
That's our other matchup now, half-time. They went 1-0 down in that game, did Team Pro Owns. It's JH7, the competition winner there, that has come back into that game. As we said, he's a current pro player, does play in the virtual Bundesliga out in Germany, just on the right-hand side of your screen. But he's got a really tough opponent in front of him. Eze Correa, let's not beat around the bush, Richard.
Great player.
Superb Argentine player that came through in the last couple of seasons. Always seems to be at the big major events, whether it be Conmebol Libertadores or various South American championships. Back into our main feature game. They were back on the way for the start of the second half. Pro, 2 goals up are his team at the moment, and his pro player in hand has not put a foot wrong defensively. He's been really sound. Brigami has been impressive. Played 5 games, 1 or 5 of them up to this point. 13 goals scored on the process through. Cut back, Haaland, is he onside? Meerham, time to get a goal back would be brilliant now. It was asking a lot, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think he liked the animation that he was awarded with for the nice bit of build-up play. Better, though, from Team AJ3. Long for Haaland. Just look at the bottom left hand.
Let's just keep an eye on that one, just in the corner of the screen. As it has minimised, could be 3-0. What a save, and the Sar keeps AJ3's team alive there in their first matchup. In our other match, we've got a chance here for potentially a 3-1 lead. And the Sar just about got a shoulder onto that one.
Mbappe dancing. Bottom of the screen. Finesse finds the top corner. 3-0. Kevin De Bruyne.
Not a bad finish either, was it?
He's got finesse shot plus.
Have a look at this on the replay. The build-up was superb, but the finish was just looping. Look at this. Finds it back to De Bruyne. It's the little ball roll as always. It just sets it up.
Yeah, just he bent it so nicely into the top corner. Always away from the keeper, and having someone like De Bruyne in the midfield just gives you that. It gives you that extra little club in the bag that if you want to pull out a finesse from 25 yards, he's got it in the locker. Some performances.
Where's it gone wrong, Richard, for Brigami in this game?
Murpro's not missed a chance. Every time he's had the ball in these sort of areas, he's either made the keeper work or he's hit the back of the net.
Erling Haaland, what are you doing? Play a lot back to R9. 4-0. And I think now we can start turning our attentions to the creator matchup.
Get out an instant replay here. With the share button. You just saw a little bit of the build-up play.
Speaking of goals, let's have a little look at the other match if we can. There's one that's just gone in. Which way has it gone? It's gone the way of Team Pro Owns, who look to continue their unbeaten streak here in Manchester. Unbeaten in the group stages, haven't dropped a game individually as they've moved into the knockouts. 3-1 there, Richard. The German duo are looking deadly.
They've just quietly gone about their business. They've not made a huge fuss. They've not been sort of going game 3s or even going late in games. It's just been business as usual. On paper, they are the strongest team here. When you look at the individual performances of both players at top-level esports events, and I'm not surprised that they've done what they've done thus far.
No surprise who's on the score sheet there again. Team of the year, Erling Haaland, making matters worse. Let's go back to our other match if we can, as we have, and we'll close out the last 20 minutes here. But if you're the creator now, Rich, and you're sitting over the shoulder, you're thinking, I need to
win.
Step up. AJ needs to step up and
swing game
and bring a performance, and I do believe he can certainly do that.
It doesn't matter how he wins. It could be a penalty shootout. It could be an 8-0 drubbing. A win is necessary.
The more that would mean as well, Brigam would get a second bite of this.
Yeah.
Would play a third matchup to determine a winner from the best of 3.
Murpro himself, though, has been pretty good throughout this process in his individual games as well.
Haaland, stop it! confidence is oozing from the Brazilian duo over there.
We're a little bit further behind in the other match, aren't we? Team Ketcho versus Pro Owns. 58 minutes on the clock that game does stand at. So we'll probably see 2 full times.
There's a goal back in that game. We'll keep you up to date with it as much as we can. 3-1 still Pro Owns winning in that one. Final 30 minutes left to be played. Well, he's gone for a 4-2-4. Unfortunately, it's not going to matter though. Team Merpro need to just enjoy this now for what it is. 5-0 they lead for Team AJ3. It's all business now in this second round. As this game is coming to a conclusion, let's jump across if we can to our other matchup, Team Catcher of Latin America against Pro Owns, because this one has got a bit more on the line. Unless Pro Owns' team can bag a goal here with JH7. Alex Pates takes a wicked deflection out for a corner, it goes.
Every time we've joined this game, it's been pretty one-way traffic. And that's Pro Owns' team, as you see JH7 in the bottom right, being the attacking player. Near post, he's already shown that he can do something already from this angle, but Van der Sar read the book. Just offside is Team Ketcho. If you've not been keeping up to date with the Creators Cup, we've been here a couple of days here at the Etihad Stadium. 12 of the biggest creators from around the world came into Manchester to see who could come out on top.
From all over the world.
Zweibach from North America. Yeah, you've got Just Roan representing Italy. Spacito from Spain. Don't forget Master Bucks from Australia.
Basically, the way that this tournament came about, Richard.
47 hours to get here.
He was here a week earlier, though, wasn't he? He was enjoying a bit of football. I'm sure you know who he supports if he hasn't.
Yeah, everyone knows. You don't have a conversation without letting you know.
Massive Manchester United fan.
Also, we can't not, in that discussion, talk about Mr. Dunn, 2015 world champion. He was here.
Representing the Middle East, isn't it? Flying from Saudi Arabia. Basically, all the creators put on their own online tournaments via the PlayStation Tournaments tab. On your EAFC 24 Ultimate team, you may recognise that tab. If you go through and give it a click, there are many tournaments that run just like this one. Free to play and with a chance to win some crazy prizes. Occasionally like this. UEFA Champions League tickets, €2,500. And a chance to literally travel across the world, Richard.
And if you do well, a couple of Champions League final tickets could be yours, alongside €2,500 is what the winner will be taking home. That is the player, not the creator.
The creator does get a Champions League ticket, though, we must
two.
remind you. We get a plus
all
one.
travel included.
We have been begging them for the last day. We can be the plus ones. It's a down on side, I believe he is. Team Catcher. There's a Correa. What I love about us as well, there's no world that these two would have ever actually played before because they both play in different regions normally. There's a Correa, obviously in South America from Argentina. JH7 from Europe in Germany. However, in this Creators Cup, we are mixing up matchups from all over the world. Scores again now would be all she wrote at 4-1. It's a battle between two fullbacks there. It's Cristiano Ronaldo, his 12th man vote for Team of the Year. He's made him a viable option off the bench.
I thought you were going to say there's a battle between Anya Batel.
I nearly went for that pun, but I thought I'd save it for later on. Speaking of her, she's in possession now. Maldini's completely out of position. Happy just to take minutes out of this JH7. One more goal would seal the deal. Great save, Van der Sar.
He'll be disappointed with that one because he could have potentially played the extra pass. Theo Hernandez goes into the book. Smart foul. No counter-attack opportunity for Eze Correa.
What this means over in this game is that Cacho
must win.
Has to go and beat Pro-Owns now. If you don't know who Pro-Owns is, Richard, it wasn't that long ago he was playing in
2019, I think it was.
For Champs Cups. For Team Focus, it was. Travelling around the world, actually as a competitive esports player.
Not only playing, but playing well. I seem to recall he had a top 16 game against Tex in Bucharest one year.
Also from Germany as well. We always speak about it, Rich. There's always lots of big German names that pop up. You can't forget Mo Albert, who was a world champion, but...
And he pierced through the veil.
He certainly did come through that, didn't he? Any time in 3 minutes, but the headline news is this. It needs to be a big performance from AJ3 in his matchup against Merpro. And in this one, it will need Cacho to beat Pro-Owns for a third match to happen in the best of 3. It'll be nothing more than a consolation. 3 goals to 2. There is only time in 3 minutes, but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough time, really. He's just going to keep hold of the ball. I actually saw earlier on in the quarter-finals, he was outstanding at just knocking the ball around the back, JH7. A couple of risky ones with Petr Cech in goal, where he was going all the way back to the byline, but he won't let this game slide, that's for sure.
Well, but the last few seconds in game, won't it? 3 goals to 2. Pro-Owns will pick up an important first win here. Remember, it's the best of 3. It will be the time for the creators to step up to the plate. It's full time here in our first semi-final matches in the EA Sports FC Creators Cup final, presented by PlayStation Tournaments, played on PS5. And safe to say, Richard, 2 very different semi-finals. One was a bit of a blowout in the nicest way possible, but for the other one, maybe 5 or 6 in-game more minutes there. We could be looking at a different scoreline.
Yeah, I think the AJ3 result will hurt him a little bit, because now he knows he's got the game to go on and get a performance here, but he has to get the performance. It's not, well, Briggs going to play that 3rd game and try and win the series for us. On the other side of it, Pro-Owns, JH7 and Pro-Owns himself just look really, really good. Like, they're flawless. They've not lost a game since this tournament started yesterday.
Yeah, they don't necessarily score loads of goals, but defensive they are great. That's our first round of games in the semi-final. For now, it's back to the studio of Rachel, and I believe she's joined by a few guests.
Yes, thank you so much. So remember, it is best of 3, so potentially still 2 more games for you to enjoy in both of these semi-finals. But while we have a little bit of a pause for gameplay, let's come back to the couch. I'm going to introduce you to our next 2 guests, our duo. We've got Masterbucks and Naylor joining us from Australia. A minute ago, we had the North Americans, and I was saying, oh my goodness, they've come 5,000 miles. You've come about 10,000 miles, I think. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, I think it's like, what? Nearly
longer.
Yeah, well, all I know is it takes about almost 30 hours to get over here. So here you go, 5,000 miles. Oh my God! I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, I think it's 17,000 kilometers for us or something like that.
But they were putting the lack of progression in the tournament down to jet lag. But you guys, you actually don't have that excuse because you came out a week ago, didn't you?
Yeah, you didn't have to say that. But no, unfortunately, I've been here for like a week, so I don't have the excuse. I mean, Naylor only got here maybe like, what, 3?
I've been here for 2 days, but I feel all right. But
I mean, that's long enough. I mean, to be fair, he's played pretty well. He's just gotten a bit unlucky. I had a bit of lack of belief coming into this, so it's maybe, I feel like I could have done a bit better if I'd believed in myself a bit more, but it is what it is.
I mean, tell us all about the experience. It's such a great event to be a part of, and so much up for grabs as well. Obviously, tickets to the Champions League final, which is held in this country this year as well. But Naylor, from your experience as well, getting to be in this partnership with Masterbucks, how has it been?
It's been good. The format is interesting, but it's fun. It involves everyone. But no, they've looked after us really well. The online qualifier was very easy to do. All we had to do was sign up via the PS5, and then the tournament was pretty simply run. So it's been good. It's been a good experience.
How is it actually playing best of 3? The fact that you have to go afterwards as well, and depending on that result, either the pressure's on or pressure's off.
Yeah, well, I feel like the pressure's on no matter what the result was, because if he wins, then it's like, oh no, if I lose, I'm putting him back under the pump again, and if he loses, it's back on me. Yeah, look, kind of going back to that lack of belief, you know, I'm spending more of my days like on career mode than Ultimate Team, so like we were kind of a little bit caught up in trying to figure out what's the best way for me to go about it, trying to play conservative. I was a bit maybe we were too in our heads about like the meta and so unfortunately I only really switched to something that I'm more typically comfortable with at the end, and it went well for me then, but it was a little bit too late by that point, unfortunately. So yeah.
I was watching the last matchup though against Cacho, and the comeback was so on. You should have leveled that to take it to extra time for all.
Cacho did very, very well at the start, and again, going back to like we were running a 5 at the back. I know that a lot of people will probably be not happy with me doing that, but if I'm allowed to do it, I'm allowed to do it. The game's a game. So but it didn't work well for me anyway. It was 4-1 down. Switched to like a 4-3-3, which again is not like a typical meta sort of formation in Ultimate Team anyway, but it's just what I run when I play the game, and the game just changed like crazy. So we're just kind of left wondering, like, what if I'd just done that the whole series? Like,
we should have been more confident.
Yeah. No, again, it's a lack of belief. You just got to believe in yourself, and I think if I'd done that, maybe it could have made it a little bit further. But there's good competition here, so it's a tough competition to win.
Naylor, were you trying to encourage Masterbucks here with all this lack of belief he keeps speaking about?
I thought I was a pretty good coach. At the start, I maybe had a low amount of belief because I set him up in a 5-4-1 and just park it and hope, cross it to Haaland. But in the 70th minute of the last game, he gone back to his roots in the 4-3 and got like 3 goals in 10 minutes. So, maybe I shouldn't have coached as much, but he did well.
I was very happy to get his advice because, again, I just coming into it really wanted to make sure I was doing the right things, and there was no way I was going to tell him how to play FIFA. Like, he's very clearly the expert in the pro here. So, no, it was good to get his his input did help me for sure, and he was like a really positive voice in my ear, pushing me the whole way. And it was close. We nearly got that comeback. We nearly did it, but not quite.
And I love as well, I've been following these guys on social media and I keep seeing what they're up to. You've been quite the sports fans, both of you, haven't you?
Yeah, well, we both, getting in a little bit early means I was able to go to, big love to Manchester City for having us here in the Etihad Stadium, but I may be a Newcastle, I don't know if you, there you go, you may be a Newcastle United fan, so I did get out to St James's Park and we drew that game sadly 2-2, but no, he was here for the Brentford game at Etihad Stadium. And
I went to the City game. I don't really support anyone, so it's tough. I used to be a Ronaldo fan, but now he's gone, so Liverpool's my main club, but the City game was still really good to go to, so that was a good experience.
Final thoughts, who's winning today? Give me the name of the team.
Pro Owns.
Yeah, I would say Pro Owns as well. I mean, the team is stacked. The Brazilian team against AJ did really, really well because, obviously we had AJ3 in our group. They topped it. Good pairing, good strong, but that result was quite.
I think Pro Owns himself is too good for the other creator.
Everyone's saying Pro Owns. The pressure is very much on Pro Owns. Well, let's get back to the semi-finals. Thank you so much, guys, for chatting to us. But over to Brandon and Richard for the next game.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Great tour as well from the lads as well that have come all the way from Australia. This is what the Creators Cup's all about, connecting content creators and competition winners like you at home who can still register for PlayStation tournaments online. I mean, what an opportunity. You heard from a few of them. They've come over early, they've made the most of the travel that's been provided for them, and they've just enjoyed maybe a little bit of time out of their gaming setup.
Yeah, absolutely. You get the opportunity to not only come to a great stadium to play for some great prizes, but also interact as well with other creators from all around the world. When you're looking at Masterbucks and Zweibach, it's a combination that you probably... They live other sides of the world, so they wouldn't have had the opportunity to come to a neutral location. So I do... not only is it fantastic for the players and the creators, but for their communities as well, to sort of get together, film a little bit. I know there's plenty of content that you'll be putting up with everyone here.
We've been cooking. I want to turn my attention to something else though, Richard. AJ3's matchup, because he's got a really big task on his hands, isn't he? He's currently 4-0 down at the moment in terms of the first matchup. There's no aggregate scoreline, but basically the story is AJ3 wins this game. He sets up a third matchup in the best of 3 for Brick Army to get back on the controller, Richard, and maybe do enough to knock out the Brazilian side. You just...
I'm a little itch. Do you know what it was? I was thinking about the game. I think you're absolutely right. What AJ3 needs to do, I think an early goal is imperative. If he can get 1-0 up and just sort of frustrate Merpero, you give Brigami a second bite of the apple, because he'll be disappointed with that performance. I spoke to him a little bit earlier on, Brigami, and he sort of said, I don't think anyone should beat me in 2 separate games. That's his chance to prove it. He lost in 1. Go and win the second game. Go and send yourself through. Very confident, these two. I think we heard it as well when we had the chance to speak to them yesterday, and you would have heard it when we were giving you the rundown of what you might have missed in the groups and early knockout stages. They're fancying themselves to go all the way here.
It's an early foul into the book from Mona Batel, the fullback of FC Barcelona. Has been a really popular choice, in fact, her team of the year item.
No one in the box.
I mean, there's Haaland sort of lurking. Zidane, there's the cross. It's Haaland at the back post, but Haaland's back defending. Speaking of goals, one has gone in our other matchup. Remember that we needed to see a result from Team Cacho against Pro Owns if there was to be a third game there. There has been a goal in it. We'll let you know which way it's gone as soon as we can. Well then. He's taking his time with the throw in here, AJ.
Waiting for the switch of play. There it is.
Nice flick on there from Alphonso Davies. He has been getting in the FUT Champions matches recently, hasn't he, AJ3? With his road to glory. I mean, for him, this must be a bit of a field day, getting to use any single player that he wants.
Players, yeah.
Big win. It's a horrible heavy touch from Haaland. It's linked back into Mbappe. Where's the touch from him? It's a 97 rated team of the year.
I'm not sure if he wanted a touchdown or a pass on that particular animation. It looked to me like he was chest it down into the path of the other striker. See a bit of coaching there as well.
You have to remember, the prize is on the line for this. Some crazy prizes. A chance to come back again.
Greened it.
Which AJ3 might just be doing for his team now. Some massive goal and even bigger celebration. Team of the year, Haaland. One goal to the goods.
Brick Army don't know where to look.
Got to remember, if AJ wins this game, he goes to a third matchup in this semi-final. If we can, we'll show you what's going on in the other game. Pro Owns against Cacho. Remember, the winner of this, the winner of that will match up in our grand final at the Creators Cup. Champions League tickets on the line. €2,500. Right, this is what's going on in this game, Richard. A second goal. As we joined at the most perfect time, there is Pro Owns. Leads by 2-0, and as it stands, they are cruising their way to the final this time round. The German duo have not lost a game. Both players have not put a foot wrong at all since arriving here at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester.
Perfection, and they've been the name on everyone's lips, whether it's chatting on the couch, whether it's chatting sort of here in the Etihad Stadium. Everyone is backing, thinking, predicting Pro Owns.
When I spoke to him at the hotel on Friday night, he said, I don't really play that much anymore.
I think that's a lie.
I think he's lying, isn't he? Clearly lying.
I've seen his YouTube and there's daily uploads on there.
He just says, look, I'll just do challenge videos. I'm sure you're not
playing the game.
Sure you're not playing FUT Champs in there amongst it. It's either that or he's just never lost it.
Once you've got it, you don't lose it. Just bring Dave by the way up, 2014 runner-up, and I'm sure he'd give it a good go.
25 minutes in. Let's jump back if we can to the game, which has even more focus on it, because we want to see if there is a chance this game could go to its third match in the best of three. We're in a quick pause menu at the moment. This is the POV of AJ3, and it's Vieira. Any substitution changes, or is there? Sorry, there is one.
Vieira coming on at right back, and that is because on the right-hand side, he just scored a goal? No, he had a good save. And he's made the change. You don't want any more headers going into that back post area. Cafu, you've had a good run out, 28 minutes. Patrick Vieira, all 6'4" of him to come and try and mark Haaland at that back post.
De Bruyne thought about that finesse. She did go for trying to replicate what his teammate did in the last game. Third of the game has already passed. AJ3 teasing us with a little play a lot there. Zidane, back to Haaland. What are you doing? Oh my days! Did he mean to do that?
He'll say he will.
He did. I'll tell you what, clip it up, post it wherever you want. That was absolutely filthy from AJ3. That touch, the three of them together from Erling Haaland. Look at this. We'll be able to see it again. Look, what was that?
That's the interesting thing when you have non-pros playing. Just try stuff. Just experiment. You almost play a little bit freer. I think at the real pro level, it's quite a static game where you're not going to really sort of try a 50% chance or a 30% chance. You're going to want those clear-cut, guaranteed goals.
Well, there's been a big goal in the other game as this chance comes through for a third for AJ3. It's R9. Oh, where was Haaland? Bellingham finds Mateus. Little skill move or two on the build-up, ever so nice. Still waiting for that final pass to open it all up. Deflected through, out it goes for a corner. And the goal I wanted to talk about, Rich, is that Team Calcio has got a goal back. Only 2-1 down now in that game. AJ3 could be on for a third before half-time. Oh, that's clever. What a save, Alisson. How was he saved that?
Got to score.
To have that much time of Haaland, it's a great idea. The little dink pass.
It completely took the defender out of the equation, but as soon as the ball falls to you, that's a boy gone.
If it weren't for Haaland there, Rich, that would have been
a
very different story. Both games are on the verge of going into half-time. As it stands, Team AJ3 leading by 2 goals still against Merpro in this second game. In our other matchup, Perone's 2-1 up against Calcio. Added time of 1 minute in that one. R9 on for a big goal back for Merpro. Van der Sar.
What a save. You need moments to go your way if you're to win games. And Van der Sar, that could have been a real debilitating goal, because Merpro's not had a lot in this first half. Corner could be dangerous. He's getting talked through it. Doesn't help.
It's half-time. Have a breather. Both games are in half-time as it currently stands. Brigami looks sort of like he's not enjoying watching this, but so far he should be. That second goal.
He knows he's going to get another bite at the cherry, doesn't he?
He is. He's got to bring a really big performance, hasn't he? What it's going to be a ridiculously tough game. We can. Let's jump across to our other game just to start the second half off there. Perone's against Calcio. This is live now for you. He's Perone's kicking from right to left with his first chance in the second half. Looking for a 3-1 lead. Mbappe, little ball roll. Perone, stop it!
He's just so direct and so clinical. When he gets that chance, it was never in doubt. As soon as the ball came in field to Kylian Mbappe, there was one thing on his mind. Team Pro owns are about 4.5 minutes away from booking a place in our grand final without dropping a single match. Or even single game, for that matter.
Two-goal cushion. They could be the first team cruising through to the Creators Cup Grand Final. Without going to that third matchup as well. Which they never have had to do, actually, by the looks of it, Richard. Throughout the whole tournament, they've never needed a third game.
It's just been the two.
Hernandez does get dispossessed. Ronaldinho, a couple of heavy touches there. The slide tackle does enough to keep the German side in possession. Mbappe disguises that one on. I could conclude it all now. Clever idea there. If Mateus could have just found Erling Haaland. He's on side still, Mbappe. No, he's not.
Should we head on back to our featured matchup, Team Merpro versus AJ3. It's a must-win game for AJ3. This is where it stands currently. 56 on the clock. Merpro corner.
My God. It's a chance, Miham off target. Miham's not hit the target.
Just the way she connected with the ball as well, sort of sliced it with the left foot. It was always slowly edging away from goal. Was it the correct shot type? Could have gone for a finesse maybe, could have gone for a trivela and tried hitting the right boot.
This next goal is huge. Whichever way it goes will determine where this best of three is going.
I think he's just offside.
There has been another goal. We won't show it to you. The Pro owns 4-1. He leads in that game. It's a 3-goal cushion. Looks like they are cruising through to our grand final here. It will be Team Cacho, the representatives of Latin America. Falling out the tournament. Still a top 4 finish though out of the 12 teams that came. Still a very, very good achievement. Final 25 minutes. Just to soak up this pressure does AJ3. Mbappe, one more pass, offside?
Yes.
To the pause menu we shall go. As we'll see two very different sort of changes here. More of a defensive change you can imagine from one side.
Ronaldinho, Jude Bellingham at right back, is that coming on? Not sure if that one's correct. Renard as well, being introduced. My eyes are looking at the right-hand side of the screen.
You've got a pro player over your shoulder there, haven't you? Basically telling you,
pick this player.
Pick this player, do that tactic, change this, change that.
And one thing that won't be changing is Pro One's record in this tournament, because it is win, 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 win. Leading 5-1 now.
Just did a reverse elastico into a goal. Did Pro One's off camera to the right of us here. He is cruising. Triple change for the side of AJ3. Teo Hernandez, fresh off the bench. 94 rated team of the year of AC Milan. In a great position. What this means, as we said, we'll go to a third game in this semi-final. One more goal would solidify that for sure. Mbappe into Haaland. Massive save from Alisson, does enough to deny it.
Just playing the clock at the moment. Is AJ3 a third goal? You can write this game off and start loading into the lobby for match number 3. Pro owns 5-1 up still, with about 12 minutes left to play. Could be that third chance now. Just a little bit too whipped.
Needs to go now. Again, offside. Bellingham too keen. Couple of last-minute changes. Ronaldinho, fresh off the bench. There's the constant press going on.
Has to go.
It's 14 minutes of constant press, which is not going to be easy by any means.
If you are wondering what is happening in Team Pro Owns and Team Cacho, it's going to be the end of the road for Team Cacho, unfortunately. Fantastic performance in this Creators Cup hosted by PlayStation Tournaments, played on PS5. But they've just run into the immovable object in Team Pro Owns, who are going to run away victorious 6-1.
If we can, let's just catch the closing stages of that game. Let's jump over if we can now. There's about 2 minutes left in that game, but still, it would be nice just to conclude the tie, if we can. Yeah, we're going to go over to it now. We'll just see the final few stages here. It's another goal that's gone in for Team Pro Owned. 6-1 win, Richard Buckley. They're on their way through to a grand final.
They've just looked... The only word that they've just looked better. Like, they've just been better than the majority of other teams.
Three-2 win in the first game, obviously in the Carrera against JH7 match, and then this one's been a very different story. Added time of just 2 minutes to follow. But they will be the first team in the grand final, and they are one match, or one best of three, I should say, away.
Could be 7
champions, but also getting their hands on Champions League tickets. Pro Owns is dancing around that box. 7-1.
Well, that's the thing as well. When you have an ex-pro player who is now your content creator with you, if you're the player that's won the tournament in order to play here, you've won Pro Ones as individual PlayStation tournaments online, it just gives you so much confidence that no matter how maybe nervous you are, or maybe if you play poorly in that first game, you're always going to get the chance to come back, because Pro Owns hasn't dropped a game. And he's not really looked that competitive in a lot of his matches as well. Let's head on back to our featured game, AJ3 against Team Merpro. And we can just see the closing moments here as the English representatives...
We have to talk about this. We needed a big performance from AJ3, and he's given us more than that. Classy performance, a clean sheet. A ridiculous couple of goals in there as well. You know what this means though, Richard? Third game in this game we all go into. It's back to the Pro v Pro matchup. Chance for Brig Army to pull off a big result, and also a chunk of revenge, you could argue, after losing, what, 4-0?
4-0 loss, yep.
Full-time result there. AJ3's done his job. And we'll set up this game 3 in the best way possible for Brig Army. Has to come in feeling a lot better, a lot more confident.
Yeah, AJ's done his job as the creator. He's extended the series. A big win, a 2-0 victory, and it could have been more than 2-0. I think there was that chance for Merpro at the end of the first half where it was a great save from Van der Sar, in all honesty, and then you look ahead to the second half. It was a game of not a lot, to be honest. AJ sort of just dominated the tie, even though the scoreline might not reflect that. For Team Merpro now, you're in a position where you've just beaten this player 4-0 in the opening game. How often do we see repeat matchups where it gets flipped on its head, the table gets flipped, and you see that player who lost the first game win the second match?
Hard as well for Victor, the pro player in this team for Merpro, not to go into it feeling a little bit too confident, because yeah, he knows he's beating this guy, not by 1 or 2 goals, 4 goals it was in the end, a big 4-0 win. But for AJ3, that second goal, Richard, Oh, it'll be on social media later. It's got to be. I love the way as well we said, did he mean it? Straight to the camera.
Yeah,
I meant it. I did mean that goal. What a goal it was from Team of the Ireland on the build-up there. Keep in mind, while we are here today at the Etihad Stadium here in Manchester, this is the EA Sports FC Creators Cup presented by PlayStation Tournaments and played on PS5. If you are watching this at home and you'd love to get involved in maybe something like this in the future, well, potentially you could if you're on your Ultimate Team menus. If you scroll across to the PlayStation Tournaments tab, there are loads of tournaments that take place every day, every weekend, for prizes of all different sorts, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, for this particular tournament, you had the opportunity to play with a creator, to win that creators tournament. Come to the Etihad Stadium, come to the home of the treble winners, and potentially, if you can go all the way, pick up 4 Champions League tickets, 2 for the creator, 2 for the player, as well as €2,500, the top prize the player will take. The creator's not getting them hands on any of that. That's all to the player. But I mean, we've been working with PlayStation for quite a few years now, and seeing the quality come through from, I mean, I think one of the best examples, Harvey W., a player that we used to watch in the tournaments on the Open Series back when it was that, and coming through those PlayStation tournaments, and now at the Premier League, finishing top of the group with Luton Town. It's great experience for up-and-coming players and aspiring professional players, not only in FC, but in a whole amount of games and different genres, to compete and to get really good experience playing competitive.
And what's the best thing is as well, it's great experience just playing at home in a competitive environment. We've been out, as you said, to cover a lot of these tournaments, and there are names that we've seen compete the year before. The next year they're competing in an E-Premier League, or they're competing in a virtual league, or they're competing in an EA Sports FC league. Bosniano in North America, a man that we know very well. Over to Europe. I mean, even players like Levy David. Remember him? Levy. He was playing in head-to-head PlayStation tournaments where it was Liverpool, you know, up against Manchester City in a 95 rated mode, and they were just grinding away at games. Now they've got the beauties of sort of playing on Ultimate Team, which is a completely different kettle of fish.
Yeah, I mean, also when you look at the wider picture as well of how easy it is to play, everything's integrated now onto the PS5. If you played on a previous console as well, it's so easy to do. It's in front of you. It's 3 clicks away. Very simple. Get involved. All the interaction is through the console itself, so you don't have to go to a different website and start registering accounts everywhere. It's all there. It's all very simplified.
It's never been easier.
Yeah, and you can get involved.
And it's completely free, as we said, to sign up to PlayStation tournaments today. Get involved if you haven't. Let us know as well if you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, at home, if you've played in any of the tournaments and how you've gone. I've played in a few of them, and I lost in the first round. You might have a chance to go quite far.
I've played in a few. I've actually won some points.
Have you?
Yeah. Don't be surprised. I'm good.
They just know who you were and gave you a couple of free wins to get through.
I'm good at the game. I reckon if I had some more followers, I'd be out there.
As the competition winner?
Yeah. As the creator. Because I'm unbelievable at this game.
Well, maybe next year we'll put our hat in the ring.
Do you know what? I'll sign up to play. I'll try and be a player for next year. And if not, I'll always be back here.
If you didn't play for AJ3, obviously you live in England.
Yeah.
Where would you move to and play for?
I don't know. Pro Wars is pretty good, isn't it? So I'll take Pro Wars as my team, mate.
That's not a bad shout, to be fair. As I said, we are getting ready to jump into our third matchup here. Just for context, we already know one team that's in our grand final, which is Team Pro Owns in our other semi-final matchup. We've gone to our third match in the best of 3. AJ3 has just pulled off a massive 2-0 win to bring his player Brigami a second bite of the cherry in our third round matchup.
Thumbs up.
Got to remember, Brigami, that was the only first game he's lost in the whole tournament so far, Richard. He has been flawless throughout this Creators Cup. Can we see that level of consistency come back again? Was it just a small hiccup in the road? A couple of last-minute changes before we jump in. It's the cafe for Vieira again. That's all it is. That's the only change, just to try and match up a certain someone.
Try your very best to stop Erling Haaland. That is the Vieira sub in a nutshell. I think it also gives you a little bit, I don't think you would, but if you did want to go into a back 5, you just pull Vieira across, he comes in as a right centre-back, and you maybe bring one of those midfielders back to play as a right wing-back, or even bring another player on.
This could be an unbelievable early start. Maldini does enough just to put it back onto the toes of his goalkeeper. Sub hasn't actually come through yet. Cafu. I don't know if this one will be in the grand final and just a couple of matches away. That's a potential awful mistake there. Does very well to recover. Hernandez finds Haaland.
If you are Brigami, how do you try and stop what happened in the first game from repeating itself?
It was a risky tackle at the back, done enough.
It was pretty convincing for Murpro, you have to say.
So open at the back.
It's Van Dijk though, isn't it? That team of Van Dijk is special.
There's the big switch. Might come back over again. Look who's at the back post waiting for it. Number 8. Erling Haaland. Mateus exits that one so well.
You have to say, big as he's going by here, MGCF. Team Murpro defended really well.
Still hasn't conceded the goal, has he, in this type? Across the 2 games he's played, Mbappe will be so direct now. There's a one more pass, got to be available again. Van Dijk proving his worth. As if not one of the most expensive players on this game. Is he onside, Mbappe? He is. He's got numbers chasing him. Mbappe steal back to R9. Could be going all the way through. Bellingham. So patient to build up his brick armies. He's waiting to find the perfect pass. Got to step over through Mbappe. It was a time group finish. He was always asking a lot to squeeze through the gap. Whipped in deep. Hernandez.
Could be a counter. Just look at Mbappe making that run on the far side. Switch of play and just keeping it very, very calm. No reason to rush yet. For either of those 2 players. You've got a full game ahead of you. You know the importance of this match as well. It's coming down to a final individual game, a decider to see who gets the chance, who gets the crack at Team Pro owns in the final.
Chance to break forward, play a lot, finds Mbappe. It's a case of how can we get this ball into the box where there is a one danger man waiting for it. This is so nice on the build-up, does well to just break bodies and break the lines. But a few times, we spoke about this in the first game, he hasn't always wanted to look towards that cross for Haaland.
No, it's not been something that he's reliant on. And we saw from AJ3's reaction to us talking about him that they can hear us as well, so. Balanced
great.
Well.
The strength, the pace, the aerial ability of this team of the year is an absolute joke. Cutback finds Bellingham. Haaland does well. Mbappe. It's a massive tackle from Van Dijk again.
Great pressure though. Keeping the foot on the gas. It was a loose pass from Jude Bellingham to alleviate said pressure. Just look at the runners out wide.
Has to be careful. Look, he's pulled Van Dijk out of position there. He does well just to recover him. To a central area again. Maldini pushed off to Mbappe. You can understand the frustration because Maldini there just got pushed off the ball completely. He went missing.
You're asking questions of Maldini. Mbappe was too strong for him. We're going to see the replay, not of the particular moment. I'm also asking questions of Van der Sar. The ball's gone through him. Brigami will be frustrated. He feels like he's probably edged this first 38 minutes, I think it was. One chance. We said about Team Merpro, though, very similar to Team Pro Owns. They're clinical.
Could be in for trouble here.
Just before that cross went in as well, he moved the keeper really nicely to make sure that if the cross did go into the back post, he would have marked the space. The ball just fell real kindly to Team Merpro, and that will do us for the first half in this decisive game 3.
Half time, there's only one goal in it so far.
He's not scored a goal, Brigami, in this tie.
That's what, across 3 different individual halves so far. He did have 2 shots.
Can I see it back?
Target there again. They'll look at some of those important moments in the game. It's the time green finish for Mbappe, potentially. See him pop into space in just a second. There it is.
CAJ3 giving some words of wisdom. Subs coming on. Kevin De Bruyne, he's been tempted. He's got his tracksuit off. Is he going to make his way onto the pitch? Yes, he is. Alongside that, Alphonso Davies has been talked about, but not right now. As Sean Dyche delivers potentially his last 45 minutes worth of team talk here at the Creators Cup for Team AJ3.
Just needs to go out and instant the dump, but just be a bit fearless. He's so great. Throughout the tournament, as Brigami, alongside that, you said the accolades that he's had represented, of course, West Ham in the Premier League this year. It really has been his breakout year. Could be a big chance for him. Now, there's that goal! And it only took 3 minutes from the restart.
Just capitalised on the space that was there. It was a switch of play. He intercepted the pass, and he'll not care how the ball's ended up in the back of the net. That is the first goal that he scored in this semi-final set of matches, and potentially the one that can just break the ice for him.
He's been hunting out for that goal. He's waited 3 halves with in-game FC 24 time to find a way through. He might be in to concede one straight down the other end. No, just like that. He teased the near post, then found the cutback. And unfortunately, that goal that brought them all square will only last 3 in-game minutes.
Straight from the kickoff, straight down the other end. And it was great patience. He waited and he waited and he waited, and just as that keeper moved across the line, as he started to shuffle back, that's when he played the pass. If he played it a second earlier, the keeper probably intercepts it. Ball back in the court of Team Merpro with 38 minutes left to play. Great pressure. Unfortunate, didn't get a reward for it.
So Mbappe can show his pace. Ham, this is nicely done. There's Haaland in the air, offloads it into the path of R9. Then May could have been a one more pass.
Maldini saved him at the back there as well. Huge, huge block. It's almost a guaranteed goal if the shot comes through. Just small decisions like that can be the thing that swing the momentum of the game.
Yeah, about to Vieira, big goal! And a goal that didn't need Erling Haaland this time. And Mbappe just rose from nowhere. Back all square once again at 2-2. Still so much time to unfold in this one. Spot in the grand final awaits one of them. It was extra time that was needed, wasn't it, in the quarterfinals for Brigami?
122nd minute winner.
And there was only one goal in that game as well. It was 0-0 the whole way through.
Will Murpro answer back again straight away?
Maybe he will, but Tejas tries to go on her own and drive through. Potentially offside.
Just really tight. And just talk about the pendulum, just talk about the momentum. It's swung, it really has, back in the favour of Brigami.
Massive chance to get a third goal. Mbappe gets it third time lucky. Back to Haaland, who has to score!
Everything's going his way.
I mean, when it's going your way, take it, grab it. But Mbappe got 2 or 3 bites of the cherry there, didn't he?
And this is why we go player, creator, player. The first time they played, he didn't even look in the game. Lost 4-0, and it never looked like it were on. This time around, maybe this is a fairer reflection of both of these two players. Because there's been big chances as well for Team Murpro. There's been big chances. There's a scrappy goal, but he doesn't care one bit. We're 20 minutes away from a Team AJ3 Pro-owned Grand Final. Or does Murpro, do the Brazilians, who've got such a rich history in this game, have something else to say? Massive 20 minutes.
20 minutes to soak up all the pressure that's going to be coming his way. Mbappe. There's the cut back. Van der Sar does enough. Whipped in towards Haaland. Just wide out of deflection. What he needs to do now is keep the ball in play. There's a pause that's come in.
Yeah, stop the sub. Or go into that sub with a 2-goal lead.
Certainly would be even better. Lost possession. De Bruyne picks it up. Ronaldinho in a tussle between the two of them. Now it goes. He may have run out of play, but he'll still get the sub.
Yeah, he's not run out of time yet. He's got plenty of that. Just looking at Ronaldinho's going to be coming on. You can see both POVs there. Looking at the right-hand one now, and changes are being made in the offensive category. So actually looking at the 4-2-4.
A lot of pressure.
A lot of players getting forward. Join the attack, join the attack, join the attack.
These last 13 minutes.
making a few different formations to switch into. Even though it says ultra defensive, I can tell you it's not going to beat that. It's going to be very offensive. "20 seconds left to make the changes. He's happy.
He's made a lot of them, hasn't he? Still not done yet. One more cheeky sub, or two more. Three more?
CR7, Zidane, Ronaldinho, Jude Bellingham.
When it comes back on for Zidane.
Yeah. Here we go. Not yet.
Still not happy, is he, with the changes he's made? This time, can confirm De Bruyne has been subbed off. No, he's not. He's back on again.
He's got the tracksuit on, tracksuit off, tracksuit on, tracksuit off.
Many substitutes. Even Wendy Renard getting a call up, her team of the year.
De Bruyne.
We are ready to go.
De Bruyne stayed on.
Subbed on something about 4 times there. Final 12 minutes as it stands. It will be Team Perones against Team AJ3 in the Creators Cup final. If it stays like this, or is Merpro going to send us into extra time?
He certainly is. Ronaldinho just got the better of the defender. You see that celebration much used on FUT Champs?
I've seen it used a lot today.
Just out the reach of the goalkeeper. It's a really nice finish. Hit the side netting. Nothing he can do about it. 10 minutes left to play. Will extra time be needed? Will penalties be needed? Tell you one thing, we're going to play to a winner.
Certainly are. Well, as you said, extra time was needed last time, Richard, for Big Army. 122nd minute winner. Zidane to potentially cause some heartbreak. Last 4 minutes, Mbappe in the air. Van der Sar just about. Ronaldinho. Last chance of the game, score this. You're off to a grand final, Bellingham. Mbappe, Ronaldo, big tackle, 3 minutes of added time to send us back down the other end.
He's going to play for last chance.
Ronaldinho, he's going to get it again. There's Haaland, where's that cut back? Where's the flick on? Oh, Mbappe with a horrible touch. But the good news is, we're off to extra time. That touch from Mbappe there, Richard, just let him down. I mean,
he's done it a few times though, Mbappe, in this series. I think Andy had one where the ball just didn't fall nicely for Mbappe, and you can see a little bit of an instant replay back here. Whipped into the back post, nodded down, and if you shoot first time, do you get the nice chance? I don't know. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But we're going to extra time. Still in the hands of the two.
This one is really going to the wire, isn't it? This best of 3. We've played 3 games and now we want extra time as well. Alphonso Davies finally does get introduced now for Brigami. Kicking the Everton blue from left to right still. There's the step overs, there's R9, matched up well by the goalkeeper.
It looked red timed.
De Bruyne, that's whipped in. Allison, 2 hands on it. Van Dijk, sorry, was at the back post waiting, but just couldn't get it.
All those fresh faces coming on for Merpro. Was it to potentially send him into extra time? Was it to try and win the game in the regular 90? He had a chance, and now he looks like it's about 6 centre mids on the pitch.
Chance to break. To open up the scoring in extra time. It's dinked in the air. One ball forward, Davies. Brigami. Trying to weigh up his options in the box before them forcing it through.
I think when you look at this game and you start to really dissect the small moments, the small margins, it's been maybe a misplaced pass or just a couple of bad touches that have really led the game to where we're at, where we've got 17 minutes left to play and no one's closer to winning. Haaland's always going to win it.
Now it's here, what Ronaldo does from this moment, just tops it off. Ronaldinho, little reverse elastico. Keeps the percentage and the chance alive still. Mbappe, nice step overs. Corner. Will be the last chance of the half.
Oh,
it's up.
Nice.
Bellingham on his own. Van der Sar. Again. A huge save.
He walked through the defence, Bellingham.
Did. No one could stop him. Thought that was the last chance of the game. This one will be the last chance of the game. And that's why Vieira's there. That will do us for the half-time period. Still 3-3. 50 minutes away from penalties. Last change. It's time for Haaland to leave the pitch.
Two penalties.
I feel like it needs it, doesn't it?
It's been a unbelievable series between these two. These four, should I say, the two teams, the four individuals.
One ball forward, finds Ronaldinho offside. Alphonso Davies does so well. One just perfect moment. Mbappe to drive on through without anyone around him. There's Ronaldinho, who's a hero before. He will be again. It's a red time finish, but they won't care.
Mbappe got the little bit of luck down the byline, took it into his stride. Ronaldinho and Team Merpro there, it was a beautiful step onto the right foot, waited. The finish might be scrappy, but it hit the back of the net. Future stars icon, Ronaldinho. Seems weird to say. He's a star, but he put it in the back of the net. Ooh,
hello.
Could be a chance.
Surely not. Hampton dispossessed. It's poignant, isn't it? It's a Brazilian that could be sending the Brazilian team through to this Creators Cup final. One big win will allow one more chance. They'll be doing everything they can, Team Merpro, just to hold on to the ball. Added time, will it be kind? Just a minute for Team AJ3 to get the ball up the pitch. Could just be offside. Ronaldinho, no, he's not, he's on. Ronaldinho, this could be a last-minute equaliser to send us into a penalty shootout. And it won't be happening, unfortunately. It will be Team Merpro that have done enough to get themselves through to this year's grand final of the Creators Cup. There was very nearly a last-minute chance to equalise the tie.
What a game. What a series. You watch the first game, 4-0 victory. You start to think, okay, well, this is looking pretty doom and gloom for Team AJ3. And then the captain, the creator, the main man himself, brings out a massive 2-0 win. You go into the last match, it's back and forth all game long. And it's quite poignant for the Brazilian team, for the team representing Brazil as a country, for that region. Ronaldinho finds the winner.
Comes out on top, doesn't he? Scored a few clutch goals, didn't he? I don't know, he's a future star, do you, Ronaldinho?
Yeah.
He's just,
You take the 95 item.
He's just a star anyway. Anyway, that's enough from us from our semi-finals. 2 semi-finals down, 4 have become 2. It's Team Pro-Owned against Team Merpro in our grand final. Before we do that, though, we're off for a quick break, and then we'll be ready to get underway.
Gaming is defined by moments.
It is intense.
The joy of victory and the thrill of overcoming challenges. Welcome to our home of competitive gaming, where we can all experience exciting esports moments.
The final 1v1 of the game here.
And celebrate the pros and the rising stars.
I do want to see a female in the NCS.
Bringing you guides and deep dives.
Horizon can go up, but you can't go up fast.
And tournaments where the community competes.
Wait! Did he get? No way!
Whether you're in a heated match,
Back, let's go!
or watching along at the edge of your seat.
A duo taking down a trio.
Let's create moments from the games you love.
He'll take it!
Join us and subscribe to our channel to follow everything esports on PlayStation.
PlayStation. Well, as much we're all here for the tournament, the EA Sports FC24 Creators Cup, the duos have also been given some incredible experiences, one of which was a tour of the famous Etihad Stadium yesterday.
First of all, I want to give you all a very warm welcome to the Etihad Stadium.
Who would you say your favourite FC players are? Here in the room.
First one, making our way through the tunnel, our manager, Pep Guardiola! In De Bruyne!
My team in UK is Newcastle.
Nice dressing room, very nice.
What are your hopes for this weekend for the tournament?
Try and win it. I'll back us to win it.
Well, that was an excellent stadium tour. A lot of our creators and commentators were treated to yesterday. I got 2 guests, though, on the sofa. I got AJ and Brigami. Did you guys enjoy the tour yesterday?
It was good. It was fun.
It was good. Did you learn anything?
Really enjoyable.
Learn any facts about Man City or the Etihad? Come on, I'm
They're expanding the stadium.
apparently.
Oh, when is that happening?
Ooh, for the Euros.
That
It's gonna
wasn't
be
actually a
the
test.
host city for Manchester. There you go.
There you have
I was
it.
listening.
You were listening. Okay, top marks there. Guys, that was tough. Semi-finals. You pushed it though, all the way to 3 games and then extra time. It was so close in that end. Andy, tough.
It's hard to not feel a little bit aggrieved when you see how the match was won with a red time finish, but I feel like based on, if you were playing aggregate with the game between Ben and Mupro's Pro, it would have been a bit of a whitewash. So it's hard to take the victory away and say Ben didn't deserve to go through, because he did absolutely batter him in the first game, to be fair to him.
Yeah.
But credit to Ben, come back. I think he put in a really good performance. It was quite a scrappy game. There's a couple of goals that you're looking at and thinking a little bit suspect. And then it would have been good to go to penalties for the drama at the end.
Ben, first game, that must have hurt, 6-1.
Yeah, it was just obviously there's things in the games that happen, bounce backs, whatever. But I was just genuinely terrible. It was just.
No, he's really good. His pressing,
Yeah,
his
no,
defensive press is really, really good.
He's obviously he's good, but I made him like top tier level, and then obviously I changed it for the second game, and then obviously the goal he scored to win, it probably from the first leg it's probably deserved, but I don't know, it could have gone either way.
This is why you guys almost went all the way. The teamwork, you're still bigging each other up, sat here. That was important out there, right, Andy? The fact that you guys had that chemistry.
Yeah, and Ben's carried me through most of the games, to be fair to him. I did win one in the groups against Masterbucks, but other than that, it's just been Ben wins his game, I make it go to the third game, Ben clutches up and wins his game. So it was nice to return the favour in the semi-finals, and I could give him a second chance. And it was so close and could have gone either way in the final third game. So I was pleased that I managed to actually give you the opportunity, and I was quite proud of myself, but it was just a little bit unlucky once we got there.
Ben, how do you change things around as well? 6-1 loss in the first game, pushing it all the way to extra time in that third. I think Richard and Brandon said mentally it's going to be really tough for you, but you made it look a little bit easier.
I just felt like Andy gave me that second opportunity from winning, which I backed Andy to win anyway, which he did go and win. And then I thought, forget about the first game, it's happened. Andy's got you back that life to go again. And unfortunately, it just didn't go my way today.
In terms of the other teams that have been knocked out, again, who did you think was a great partnership to watch? And you know, you kind of look, who could maybe be a partnership for the future as well? Who would you like to see continue playing together?
As an actual pro duo, I mean, you'd be silly not to say Pro owns team when they've got a virtual Bundesliga player and a former pro.
Yeah.
I think favourites is probably safe to say in the final.
Okay, taking away performances, maybe characters as well. Who works really well together?
No, Zwei
and anyone.
Yeah.
Zwei's just Zwei.
Zwei's good,
Zwei.
yeah.
Well, it has been pretty fun, of course. And now, obviously, got Murpro and Pro Owns in that grand final. Everybody else who has sat here is saying it's going one way to the German team. Ben, I'm going to put you on the spot first.
It's going to the Germans.
Are you having it 2 games victory as well, not going to a third?
No, 2 games.
I think the difficulty for my pro is I just won the creator game, and I'm all right at this game, like 14-16 wins for champs. Pro Owns is like a former pro. That guy goes 20-0 with his eyes closed. So the middle game is 100% going to the Germans. That means my pro's got to win both games. Pro Owns just needs a win in one, and he's taken the trophy.
Have you played warm-up matches at all with them? Do you know how good they are in person?
But I just keep looking over and they keep winning. So it's just, I had a glance, it was like 6-1 in his game. I'm thinking, well, I'm sat here stressed 6-1 down. Never mind 6-1 up.
Would you like to have a chance to play them?
Oh no, I would have, yeah. I'd have, because it's pro on pro. Like it'd have been a normal practice game really, which I'd have been able to find out what's going on.
Was there any matchup, Andy, that you were relishing having the opportunity to do and you just didn't get that chance?
I really wanted to play Zwei. And it's Selma Basha trying to cross it in. If we'd had me versus Zwei on the stage, that would have been my dream matchup for the semis, I think. But he went out to Mupro the round before. Yeah, that would have been good. Just to be honest, just to say I beat Sway.
But in terms of the opportunity and being here at the first ever Creators Cup, Ben, how has it been for you to be on AJ's team?
Oh no, I've loved every moment of it. Where I was excited to come and experience it all, and Andy's been great with me, which I've been really happy about, and it's just been a good experience.
Are we seeing this partnership continue?
I doubt it. If I turned up for E-Prem for Ben, I think he'd throw me out. I think he'd rather have another pro, but it's been really good fun. I've really enjoyed it.
You don't want on your team again?
Maybe in another content creators, in another cup for PlayStation. Maybe not in a professional esports setting.
Well, maybe next year. He's shaking his head there. He doesn't want you in the team. That's pretty harsh, Andy. Well, guys, thank you, Team AJ3. You've been great semi-finalists here today. Okay, well, let's go on to talk about something a bit different then, because yesterday, Brandon was lucky enough to have a chance to catch up with Manchester City esports players Matthias Bonanno.
Matthias, how are you, my friend? You
Fine,
good?
and you?
Very well. Thank you for inviting me to what is an incredible stadium.
Beautiful stadium. We are here in one of the best stadiums in the world, so yeah, enjoy the experience.
And for you, you now play professional EAFC for Manchester City. Once upon a time you lived in Argentina. Now you're here playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's so different because in Argentina it's different, the esports. So right now is a challenge for me, but I try to enjoy the experience.
What's it like playing for Manchester City?
Oh, the stadium I like so much. The staff, you know, the team. I have psychology, I have manager, I have a coach, so all the things.
Have you met Pep Guardiola yet or not?
No.
No? Any first team players?
Yeah, obviously Julian Alvarez, Rodri.
Well, speaking of Argentinian players that have played for Man City, you've got a similar story to Aguero. You moved from South America over to Manchester and, you know, created a lot of memories. Are you hoping to maybe follow the same story as Aguero?
Yeah, it's similar because he moved first to Atletico Madrid in Spain and after for here. So yeah, it's similar, and I hope win the Premier League and will be incredible that.
If you could play FC 24 against one current Man City player, who are you taking on?
Yeah, Haaland, for example.
I think he plays a lot.
Yeah, in the presentation in EA, yeah. he scored a lot goal with soccer.
Well, let's talk about the Creators Cup final. That's why we're here, obviously presented by PlayStation Tournaments. What advice would you have for our finalists here today? Some are playing in their first ever tournament, and the prizes on the line are crazy. You can win £2,500. You can go to the UEFA Champions League final. You know, money can't buy prizes here.
Yeah, I think today is so important the mentality because first tournament for some people in LAN, and it's so important the mentality in first place. And after that, I think it's so important the relationship with the content creator because it's a team.
Do you watch any of these content creators on YouTube at all or not?
Spursito okay. Is a Spanish content creator.
He plays as well. I believe he's qualified for the Euros with Andorra.
Yeah, he is so good. I think he's the best in the creators today.
Well, the cool thing about this tournament is, Matthias, that the players that are playing get access to use basically any player in Ultimate Team. In your own Ultimate Team at home, who are some of your favourite players?
My favorite player, I think, for the TCA in this moment, I think is Haaland for the crosses. He's the best in the game. And I think after Kevin De Bruyne for the finesse.
And one icon, favourite icon?
Favourite icon, maybe Vieira Totti icon.
Not Ronaldo, R9?
R9 this year is more or less. No. I used it in Pro Open and it was terrible.
Well, let's talk about this year. Obviously, you've got a lot of big tournaments to play. You've got the E-Premier League, but more importantly, you've got the E-Champions League. You were runner-up in that tournament a couple of years ago. How much would it mean for you to win that this year?
Yeah, I won the revenge. I won the rematch because that Champions League was incredible, the performance, but I don't win, so this year I want to win everything.
Well, Matthias, thank you so much for your time, my friend.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having us in this incredible stadium, and all the best for this year.
Thank you.
Well, I've actually got Brandon next to me, because Brandon, I thought you were meant to be playing a game with Matthias.
No, we changed that because I thought it'd be a bit of a silly idea to play against Matthias Bonanno, who is a pro player for Manchester City. So instead, I just had a chat with him, and I love what he was saying as well. Some, advice coming into this tournament. The mentality is a big part of that, and I think we've seen that, especially when we're going to the third game or extra time in a couple of these matches at the Creators Cup.
It's so great as well, isn't it, to learn that some of our pro players and some of the best pro players actually watch and look up to some of our creators here. Spacito was somebody that Matthias said that actually he does still watch, which is great to hear, isn't it?
Absolutely, and I think what's even more important is that there was a time and a place when Matthias Bonanno was playing in PlayStation tournaments, to get that practice in, to get that extra bit of cash and potentially some FC points, and look at him now playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I love to see him here as well. Obviously, he has joined Manchester City Esports for this season as well. Okay, well, it is almost time for our grand final, and Richard Buckley is down there on the stage to grab a few words with our finalists for us.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Yes, I'm down here, and look, in another life, this could have been me playing, but I'm in the commentary booth. I'm here with Team Pro Owns. JH7, you've been unreal this tournament. Both of you, actually, flawless. Is it just the experience of you playing as a pro, bit of virtual Bundesliga, competing in the FC Pro Open, that maybe you're just a little bit better than everyone else here?
I think we have a good squad. Bronze is a really good creator. He's an ex-pro, and I think, yes, I have really a lot of experience in FC Pro Open or Club WM and something else. And I think, yeah, we are a good team and we can win the whole tournament.
Well, you're certainly the favourites. Pro Owns, I'll come around to you, because I remember 2019, little time in Bucharest, so watching you competing. Surely you're too good to be a creator.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, you can lose every game. I think I'm somewhere between, maybe better than most of the creators, but not good enough anymore to be a professional esports player, and also I don't want to train as much as they do anymore.
Master Bucks hasn't turned Ultimate Team on in about 4 years. He's all career mode. Talk about your time, though, with PlayStation. I'm not going to stay too long, because I know the final's right around the corner. It's been a fantastic tournament here. What's it mean to you getting to work with PlayStation for all these great events?
It's definitely nice. It's always great to cooperate with PlayStation. It's a big brand, great console, and especially this time I had my own tournament on the console. All the people in Germany played it. He won it, so we fly together to Manchester. We play a great tournament here in the Manchester City Stadium. It's a lifetime experience, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic final. Rachel, I'm going to get back to the commentary booth, so back to you for now.
Thank you so much, Rich. Yes, we are down to our final two teams, of course. It is nearly time for our grand final. But yesterday we started with 12 duos, and now we are down to our final two. Before we get to the grand final, though, let's recap all of those teams for you now. Well, I don't know about you, but that VT just got me pretty nervous, because the time is now. It is time for our grand final. It's time to find out who's joining us at Wembley Stadium for the UEFA Champions League final. Who is it going to be? Merpro or Pro Owns? Brandon and Richard, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Yes, this is that moment that they've been waiting for. Ever since those online qualifiers took place last year, there was a chance, as we said, for someone online to play one of their favourite content creators from all around the world. 12 came in teams of 2. Now only 2 remain. One of those teams, Richard, could go unbeaten the whole way through the competition.
We've got 2 teams out of thousands of players who signed up to try and compete and play in this tournament. It's going to be a fantastic final. I think when you look at the teams on paper, yes, there is an advantage to Team Pro owns, but if ever there's a time, if ever there's a place, if ever there's a nation to upset the apple cart in a big grand final, Brazil seem to be that nation. Back-to-back Nations Cup champions, and you just saw what one of their highlight players did, PH Zin at the FC Pro Open not too long ago. It's a country that is football mad and FC mad.
I love straight away off the final that the creators have given their pros the full sofa.
Yeah, I'll sit back. You take as much room as you need. It's quite snug in there with 2, to be honest.
Especially when you're trying to concentrate.
Yeah, and I'm asking you a few questions.
Keep in mind it is JH7 from right to left in this one, in that dark strip. Team Merpro in the Arsenal kit from left to right. Remember that JH7 has not lost a single game throughout this process in the Creators Cup. Neither has his captain teammate in Pro. It's a best of 3 format here to find a winner. We might need the 3rd game as we added that 3rd matchup into our semi-final scenario. It is Pro v Pro or competition versus competition winner, then it is content creator versus content creator, and then if we need to go to that 3rd game, we shall do so. However, if it's the fashion that we've seen from the German side,
efficient.
It could be a 2-0.
Yeah, very efficient. They don't want to play 3 games.
Champions League tickets on the line. €2,500 also for our winning team here tonight. Interesting twitch of play, does get dispossessed. For the first time after 10 in-game minutes. Might have some time on the ball or not.
Interesting to see Bon Mati getting the start as well. She's one of those Team of the Year items, super high rated, but not typically used from the get-go.
Just on side is Mbappe. There's those trademark step overs. It goes all the way back to Pateus. We'll look to let on a play for Haaland. Just scooped off the feet of the Norwegian by Team of the Year Haaland, who we won't even begin to speak about how many coins he costs. If you're lucky enough to see him on the market, those. Squeezes that one through into Team of the Year R9, who did time it green. Able to find the connection with the shot.
Just sitting back and watching this game start to take shape for a few moments.
What's it like on the stage?
Warm. Chance. Bon Mati.
Forwards.
Yeah, the lights are strong.
Yeah, did see Brigami have to take his jumper off at one point. Imagine with the added pressure as well. It's a little bit warm on that stage. 23 minutes gone already, 0-0 so far in our grand final. Who will be the player to break that all-important deadlock? That one out pretty well, did Maldini?
Not too much happened thus far in the grand final.
Just see that different POV there of JH7, who is on to defend this chance. MGCF big, there's Haaland, there's the cutback! And that's the opener.
Might not be the prettiest of goal, might not wow you, but it's the ball in the back of the net for Team Merpro. Haaland wins the header. Van Dijk goes in with the diving header, but he can't get anywhere near it as Ronaldo Nazario just swings a leg and puts Team Merpro 1 goal to the good. If you're Team Merpro, you're coming into this game, do you sort of see this as a must-win game? Because the second match, Pro Ones hasn't dropped a match.
Yeah.
And you probably think he's going to continue that run.
He's sort of playing out for the potential of the best of 3, just of what we've seen track record-wise. Going off what the history books have said, absolutely, Pro Bones has been unbelievable. This is a must-win more than ever. Team Merpro. There's the cut back, one more pass, could be in for a second if he can manoeuvre it back towards the box. Still in possession, finesse was nice.
Seeing the exact hand movements as well.
Hasn't really looked that dangerous, has JH7 so far? Seems weird to say after the route that he has had to this final. For a goal kick it goes, 7 minutes away from half-time. Not a great deal to shout about in our first opening matchup of the EA Sports FC 24 Creators Cup. Final presented by PlayStation Tournament.
Switch of play always seems odd from right to left, but defended quite well so far as MGCF Big. You might know him as Victor.
Does actually play for an esports team, doesn't he, MGCF?
Good team as well. Good history within the ecosystem.
Players such as Barreto, Crapaldi, playing tournaments at the highest of levels. Mbappe in a 1v1 against Van Dijk. This is a bit of a dangerous area to get the ball to Alisson Zappi.
That'll do us.
See us through, and that'll do us. No added time needed there. Half-time. JH7 not happy with that first 45 minutes. You can understand why. He just hasn't been able to play.
It's not really created much, has it? You can see the 2 POVs there from the chances, 0 shots he's had in that opening 45-minute spell.
Can't exactly see match facts, but replying to him, or
what do you think I should do to try and break this guy down?
Maybe he's got a coach on there.
Just change the song, maybe.
Someone texted him saying, "You've got to win this because I want to go Champions League with you." So say, keep in mind, great. No, it wasn't me, believe it or not. I texted Victor instead.
Hedge my bets. They both got a message at kickoff.
4 Champions League tickets on the line. So this year's final at Wembley. Could be on for a second early doors. It's the right back. Great little piece of goalkeeper movement there potentially from Bejcek. He came all the way across.
Massive. He won the mind game at the near post.
This is a great chance for JH7 to really register one of his first shots in the game. Van Dijk again. It's risky when he comes across.
Typically he wins it though, doesn't he? He walks away with the ball.
And eventually, possession changes hands again. The content creator Merpro there, flew away from Brazil. He was part of the E-Nations sort of support cast, you could argue, when they won it back in Copenhagen last year, with some names you might know, such as PH and Crapaldi, Klinger.
Oh, fantastically well there as Onyebate at the right-back position against Erling Haaland.
Potential chance to drive away. Mbappe. Little flick on. Happy to play it on this right-hand side still, just to see Haaland queue up in the box if he wants to use it. Bellingham might have a shot from there. It's flicked up into the air. Mbappe still is onside. Oh, this is a bit risky. Plays out of it.
No Kevin De Bruyne in the midfield three. He's gone for Bonmati, Pateas and Jude. It's always interesting to see.
Especially the Bonmati pick. Not always a starter, either as Jude Bellingham in a lot of these teams. Just about keeps on, does the Spaniards.
Risky.
Could be in for trouble. Nice little pass. Mbappe, great save. Check. Hanging on at JH7 a few times now.
You've tried to dink to pass out and he's locked onto Haaland, who's never ever going to lose it.
Just asking for trouble. Love getting the ball down this area. It's just the final pass that's been lacking into the box, unless he can find it now. Haaland!
You just saw in the face cam there a little glance up to the left corner of the monitor. That's where the time is, and just starting to see how long's left, where am I playing, what chances could potentially look for as the near post player lock comes in. Alisson's looked good though so far. Imagine if Merpro went and beat Pro Ons as well in the final.
That really would be. Huge upset. Final 20 minutes left. Still can't even recall a shot on target that's come in from JH7 till this point. It looks like his unbeaten streak is about to come to an end in this final. So keep in mind that even if Pro was to win this game, they have to win the content creator game to be crowned champions here. There's the big chance now. Again, defensively, Maldini, Van Dijk, whoever it is, keep on pulling out all the stops. Pause comes in from JH7 if he can. Time to make that move. This could be Pro Owns' first defeat in the tournament. And it could happen right now if the second goal was to find its way in. Haaland cut back, there's Timothy Ronaldinho.
It's a great interception.
Again, just can't move.
Scrappy.
Sort of really been pinned in, hasn't he?
Ten minutes left, substitution coming in.
I'm sure there'll be quite a few substitutions, wouldn't there, with the amount that we saw earlier on in the tournament. Expect overlapping fullbacks, bit of a constant pressure. There's the changes coming in potentially now. Bellingham, as we know, came on pretty late.
Yeah, it's just Jude at the moment, isn't it? Kevin De Bruyne now. Kevin De Bruyne, Hansen. I'd like to see Ronaldinho as well brought on. The problem is you can't bring Mbappe off. You can't bring Haaland off. So who comes off? You can bring R9 off? That's a bold statement. So then you start to get more attackers in, you start to have to play people out of position. Ronaldinho was a right centre mid.
Hansen is a right back.
Yeah.
Corner comes in! And just about finds finds his way through. It's Wendy Renard of all players.
Green timed. The header crashed off the crossbar. It bounced back to Wendy Renard, who slots in. Petr Cech nowhere to be seen. And Team Merpro will go 1-0 up in the series.
Well, look, just going off the record here, Team, Pro Owns is on favourite to win that next game, unless there was to be a huge change of proceedings. Final 8 minutes. J7 has not done enough in the final third, and you cannot question the performance that we've seen from Victor. He has been superb, defensively great. When he's gone forward, he's been clinical. Long throw it. No way through. Last 3 minutes. I mean, look, there is a world reach, as we said, Merpro to go and beat Pro Owns, unless, hello, there could be a goal back now. No, it won't be. Perfect in every sense.
He knows what he needs to do. Merpro going into that second game. This is a late goal here and a late flurry. Just not falling for him.
Ireland's not even getting on target.
Yeah, it's not falling for him.
You're in for a long day. Unfortunately, that has been the case. Added time of 2 minutes. Just a little Chavella finish there.
Pre-patch, maybe.
This is where it can all change in this matchup. It's his first defeat in the tournament for J7. Headphones are out, he knows. He just has to sit back and pray now that his captain of the team, Pro Owns, can go and get a big result on fellow content creator Merpro. Otherwise, it's going to be a 2-0, and it could be a huge result for the Brazilians here if they were to go through and be champions of the Creators Cup.
Massive performance. Massive performance. A little bit sort of unexpected. I think a lot of people in this arena would have said 2-0 to Pro Owns. That's not going to happen. If he wants to win this Creator Cup tournament, he's going to have to come from behind.
He will indeed. Well, that's game one done. As we said, we're setting up for our second round between the two content creators. I believe Rachel is joined by a few more guests in the studio.
Yeah, thanks so much, Brandon. A bit of a shock upset so far in the first game, but possibly still 2 more to go to turn things around here in the studio. But let's come to the couch then, as we have K18 and Mr. Dunn joining us now. Guys, thank you for coming in. Firstly, Merpro, at the moment, with the upper hand. Not what we possibly expected, K18.
I guess like not even the content creators are like actually good. So I hope the Germans get the second win and they will be 1-1, and hopefully the third match goes, because there's the final round, right? And the Champions League final ticket is on the stake. So it's a big stage.
He's wanting best of 3. I love that. He wants it to go all the way. Mr. Dunn, lovely to see you. The last time I saw you was at the World Cup last year. There you were commentating. Today you're playing. What do you prefer?
Well, first of all, I'm so happy to be here anyway. But for me, if I'm not playing, I'm commentating. And if not commentating, I am content creating. So, yeah, that's what I that's what I like to do, because at the end of the day, this is FIFA or EFC, I would say. And that's what we have to do, We enjoy the game. We love it. PlayStation has a great event today. And I'm happy to be here.
I guess question for both of you. How is it kind of, I guess, just helping that, hopefully, the next generation of player coming through? Charon, as we know, is pretty good as well, isn't he, K18?
Yeah, actually, also the fun fact about me and him, we both are commentators. Like actually the World Cup in India region, I was the commentator. So we are actually playing now. We have done commentary, and now like hopefully the future is bright for us, whatever is coming out.
How much do you think that helps you when you go out there and play as well? The fact that you know the game so well because you talk about it as well when you're not playing it?
Because actually, if you are looking any kind of game, like if it is on the spectators board, like it helps a lot because you know all the tactics, like whatever it is going on the live stream, you can see and analyze everything on the live stats. So it really helps to, but the implementation part of the game is like very hard, so that's where we lag behind. And esports player take the advantage.
Mr. Dunn, K18 said he wants it to go all the way to 3 games. What are you hoping for? What are you predicting we're going to see now?
I hope the best win, but I don't think it will be tough, to be honest, in the second leg. So I will go with K18. I think it will go to the 3rd game.
I'm kind of thinking you guys are sitting on the fence. You're just going, let's go to 3 games and let's see what happens. Well, we are ready for the second game now. K18, Mr. Dunn, thank you very much. Go and enjoy it as a spectator, not a commentator, not a player. They're spectating this one. Okay, Brandon and Richard, time for the second game.
Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, look,
fellas, if you want to come over,
we don't have any more
headsets here.
But, you're more than welcome to potentially come and join us. Anyway, great to see both of those two as well. Remember, representing India and the Middle East all the way from Saudi Arabia is Mr. Dunn. Former world champion, that guy. He's been around this scene, and he's done it all.
Again, I know it was nearly a decade ago, but he needs to put some rules in place. Former best player in the world, allowed to be a creator.
One of them is pretty decent, and they're in the grand final. Speaking of that, here we go then. Team Pro owns, they are 1-0 down in the series. They can win this game.
What happens, Brandon?
We go to a 3rd game. Which is just what we want in a grand final.
Everyone wants it.
Has been unbelievable throughout this stage. He's so good around these areas, is Pro Owens. Keep an eye on the extra skill moves he adds in. Cheeky little reverse elastico, a little ball roll.
I think for Merpro, frustrate, make it difficult. Try and snatch a goal where you can. You got a few of his individual results. Team Merpro.
I was just looking back through the group stages and the knockouts. Look, Merpro by any means has not been unbeaten, but he's grown in confidence as tournaments unfold. You see a little couple of skill moves there from him. Especially when you've got the quality of player in front of you that can offer you so much in the final third. Long ball over the top, keeper comes out.
And if you are Team Merpro, you play around what works. Maybe get out wide, look it for the back post, try and isolate Haaland where you can in those individual one-on-one battles. And as much as anything, try and stop Pro Owns from getting forward. So if he gets a goal, he's going to get 6.
He did just that in his last game, didn't he?
Yep.
Got 7 of them in his matchup. His team catch-up in the semi-finals. We must remind you, it wasn't any other game. It was a semi-final match when he won 7-1. Looking to get started early doors here, 50 minutes in. Mateus back to Haaland. There's the first one. We said, what if, what could happen? 15 minutes in, and he's already started scoring. It's going to be a big ask. Hasn't dropped a game. One of the only creators to not lose a single game throughout this whole tournament.
And Joe, is this why I love the best of 3 format? Because it just lets the series just extend a little bit longer, and it gives that player the chance to get back in the saddle. If your creator wins the game, it lets you get back in there and try and return for maybe a couple of errors that you previously stumbled across.
That's exactly what we saw from Team AJ3, didn't they? They went to a best of 3.
They went all the way.
Second chance, and it did go all the way, didn't it?
Is this going to go all the way?
I think it will.
I hope so.
Pro, what have you got in the final third for us? Whips it deep towards.
You want it the other way around. You want Haaland being the player in the box and the ball being whipped into him.
Massive switch of play available if he can find it. Could be on for a potential turn here. Oh, the idea was great, Haaland. Ronaldinho on 2 in 25 minutes.
It's what was expected, and he's delivering on the expectations of everyone here. Pro Owns has been perfect throughout this tournament, and he's continuing that right now.
Just in his DNA. To play at a competitive level, he's done it at the highest level before. He's had matches against Tex in past years, in past major tournaments all around the world. He might have stopped playing 2 or 3 years ago, but still. You're seeing exactly why.
To compete at that level, it's not only the mechanical style, but you also need the mental fortitude as well. And yeah, you might lose a beat or two on the sticks, but when you lock into that competition zone, something changes. And I think you've seen it from a handful of the players here who have competed before. They just take it to the next level.
Cruising at the moment. We teased you with it. It just screams a third game. This is nothing against Merpro, it's just the quality of the creator that Pro Owned is.
And I've just been taking a seat back and watching to see how this game unfolds, and it is the makings of a Pro Owns 4 or 5-0 win. Merpro, as good as he's been, as good as he's playing, he doesn't look at any point like he's going to put Pro Owns under pressure.
The worst part is, unfortunately, he's probably hearing everything we're saying.
Sometimes the truth hurts.
Chance to get a third. So much in a flow state at the moment.
Ooh, that was
rash.
rash.
At the time. Oh, he's going to get a second bite at it. It's harsh, but it just popped up, didn't it?
Especially with the bouncer going your way as well. It hurts even more. I'll be honest, I thought there could have been a penalty in there. Just offloaded it. R9 pokes it in. Shake of the head from Pro Owns. Unless Merpro pulls out a truly unbelievable second half performance. Game 3 is where the ship's headed. That'll be the last stop.
Tough before half time as well. Just to pick yourself up. The thing is, though, this is what's been such an important part of the Creator Cup. You've got that teammate to fall back on. That's why the competition winners / pros have had such an important part to play. Half time, 3-0 Pro Owns. Looks like he's going to end his playing journey in the Creators Cup unbeaten. Whether it will be enough for him to go and win the tournament, though, would fall directly on his teammate. We're looking at both POVs here. Nothing really to change tactically there from Pro. We thought maybe it might go for a 4-2-4 and really go for it. Ronaldinho. This could be the start of a comeback story. We went the wrong way there.
It'll give you confidence. It'll start to get the blood pumping. If he can get something from this corner, maybe he will start to believe. It's whipped in. It's a clatter of 3 players. Virgil van Dijk, not the man you want, but it's a lovely pass. Again, Petr Cech with a remarkable save. Chance still alive. Petr does well defensively for Team Pro Owns.
It's one of them, isn't it? You work so hard to create those couple of chances that don't go your way. So hard to pick yourself up.
I remember commentating Pro Owns games back in 2019.
I was thinking, actually, I think there was a time you actually commentated with Pro Owns at the Draft Story Cup. I'm pretty sure you didn't understand anything you were saying.
Not many people do, to be honest.
But
You just looked and smiled at me.
There's you and him on the sofa commentating together. Just nod. Looking for a fourth. Can withstand this pressure. Couple of step overs, it's nice. Mbappe. Even at 3-0, won't take his foot off the gas.
Finished top 16, I think it was, in a Ultimate Team Cup, Bucharest Major 1. You remember who he lost to? Really testing the memory.
Thanks.
Marcus Gomes.
That is throwing it back, isn't it?
5 years ago now.
That's a great ball for Mbappe. You have to simply score. Another day, Rich. Look, that's 2-3 really good chances.
But that's the difference. Pro Owns scores that. Whether it's
a great area 2 or 3 times, it's just maybe been the decision making,
whether it's an extra touch, whether it's a green time finish, waiting for a little bit of the goalkeeper movement and going the other way.
There's Haaland, Petr Cech, still not now.
Back in the game.
I was about to say, how's Petr Cech get that out?
He's been much better the second half. Much, much better. That is something to potentially build a comeback on.
It's been only so long, hasn't it? He's been knocking on the door for a way back into the tie. 25 minutes left to be played. Sort of question how the pros are feeling sitting behind them.
Oh,
big win back. Again. Haaland into our 9. these custom tactics on attacking for this last 15.
The next 6 or 7 minutes will dictate a lot. If it seems very easy to say, if Pro gets the goal, it's game over.
Maybe a cheeky Trevelo on the edge of the box. Ronaldinho given too much time.
Ooh!
Love that little turn there from Ronaldinho. Unfortunately, just came off the wrong boot for him. Right, we can see both POVs together here. Let's just have a look at the side of MoPro to see
what's he changing.
What is he going for? We can imagine constant pressure would be implied, which it has done with a really high depth. Does he need any personnel changes on the pitch as well?
Not quite yet. Just a couple of formation tweaks. You got 6 subs there to play with.
Bring them all on. You can't, but
not sure that's the rules.
All right. Not sure. bring 5 on, other than your future star. Keep in mind, these players have the ability to use pretty much any player in Ultimate Team. That's why you are seeing ridiculous squads on display here tonight, here from the Etihad Stadium. We are live in Manchester.
De Bruyne as the lone CDM, I think says everything you need to know. He's going aggressive, he's going offensive. 13 minutes left to play.
Goal before the 85th.
Doable.
There's a through ball, maybe. No. Waiting patiently still for it. There's Haaland. Can he flick it down? He can. And Mbappe just slightly too wide. Unfortunately, just not really enough conviction in the shot.
You saw a head in hands moment for MGCF big behind him as well there. Couple of bad passes though from Pro Owns in these last 6 or 7 minutes, just opening the door.
Goal for the 85th.
Well defended.
Love the reverse elastico. There was just a pass on. There was a really good opportunity just to find a through ball there.
What Pro Owns did is he backed himself with Maldini to step out and win the ball back.
Pro Owns again, typical little reverse elastico into Haaland. Game 3. It's on the cards and it's happening. A second bite of the cherry this would be for JH7 to get a bit of a comeback story. Or is it going to be a repeat? The 2-0 victory for MGCF Big, the teammate of MoPro.
Well, he's beaten once before, 2-0. And they'll be looking to do the same again. But that's where we're heading. For a one and done single game shootout to see who will win this final match here. The Creators Cup final.
He's not done yet. He's not done yet, it's Pro Owns. Oh my. I think someone's enjoying themselves. And a little bit of a showboat. And in time of 2 minutes has been played. This will be the last kick of the game. One more into Bellingham. 5-1.
Pro Owns extends the grand final to a match 3, to a game 3. There was a glimmer. There was really a glimmer from MoPro. He got that goal back. and then started to slowly but surely get himself back into the game and create a couple of half chances. But it just never really seemed convincing, to be honest.
And now we go again.
Yeah.
That's all we can say. And now we go again for a final time here at the Etihad Stadium. Third match coming up. And again, is it going to be the same story? Is it going to be a comeback potentially at 2-0? We lost last time round the JX. It's the first game we lost, but he's had a good game now, Rich, just to sit back and think, right, what went wrong? What can I improve on? How can I get back to winning ways in what doubt is the most important match of the whole tournament, because the pressure's on your shoulders?
He'll know the importance of this game as well. He's had, not to say Prolon's bail him out, but he's got it back into a competitive setting. And has the pendulum swung back in the Germans' favour? That is the question. Having got that victory, are you looking to, you've had probably 15 minutes now, 20 minutes to dissect what went wrong, to try and really focus up. If there was nerves there, those nerves should be settled now. You're coming into this game, you know what you need to do, you know the stage, you know the setting. Do your job. Your creator has gave you another chance, he's gave you another lifeline. Now you have to take it.
And so far throughout the whole tournament, they simply haven't let each other down, have they? Him or
well, that was the first game they lost, correct? That was the first individual game they lost.
The game in the grand final. Remember, we said some crazy prize on the line here at the Creators Cup final here at the Etihad Stadium. 4 UEFA Champions League tickets to the winning duo. They get to take a guest each, which I mean, from Brazil, that's another trip back to Europe.
All travel included as well, and the player gets €2,500. I'm having a real struggle with this wire, but there we go. $2.5 grand. It's like Pro Owns. It don't go away. Just keeps coming back. I'm excited for this grand final. I think what we've seen over the last couple of days, it's been a real celebration of the PlayStation community and the wider FC community as well. And now we're seeing it all come to a head. The favourite in Team Pro Owns against maybe one of the outsiders in Team Merpro.
We know one thing about South American players, Rich. They love it when it comes to big finals on the big stage. I'm sure they'll be giving us some celebrations too. But I have to agree with you. Look, this is what the whole tournament's been about, hasn't it? Offering opportunities out. Again, if you are watching at home, you can simply sign up for tournaments such as these from your PlayStation 5. Go onto Ultimate Team, scroll across to PlayStation tournaments. Within a click of a button, you can sign up to tournaments to take place every hour, every day, from all around the world. There's so many different tournaments as well that take place.
Yeah, it's never been as simple to get involved in the PlayStation tournaments. There'll be the tab on your game. You go into Ultimate Team, you scroll over to the right-hand side. It's there. It's super simple, really intuitive, and it does everything for you. It tells you who you're playing, what time your match is, who you're going to be taking on next, and what the prizes are if you are playing as a single tournament or a part of a wider program like the Creator Finals has been.
And it also tells you when you've been eliminated.
It does.
Away, and the score that you lost by.
But then you can re-up. You can go into another tournament.
You can go back into another one because they refresh pretty much every hour for a lot of competitions. Indeed, we are waiting to get our last game underway. As soon as we can, we'll jump into it. As we said, we're going back to the Pro v Pro format, as we've seen before. Chance for J87 to really get something back. I don't think he really registered a single shot, Rich.
I didn't.
In that game.
He struggled. He really did struggle.
Didn't really get much of the ball either.
I think, did he underestimate his opponent? Conversation maybe that you'd have to have with him, but he just didn't play his game. He didn't play his FC. He didn't show up in that first game, and he will know that he's against a real serious player. He's against another professional player, and if he doesn't put up a performance, that Pro Owns win, that Pro Owns perfect run means absolutely nothing.
Absolutely, and look, I think the one thing that we love as well, first time they played in the tournament, they would have never played before just because regionally it's impossible connection-wise, otherwise you're not going to have the best of matches at all. So two completely different play styles as well, going head-to-head. If we can get the player's POV on the screen now in front of us, we can just see it to the right-hand side of us. We can actually see the teams that are being used. We can jump over to that one now, and it will give you guys at home a sense of the squads that these players are using. Look at Team Pro Owns' team there. How many coins would that be worth?
A lot.
Couple of mil?
Maybe
tens.
I reckon that team right there that Pro Owns is using is probably going to cost you nearly 130 million coins.
You had to have 3 must-haves.
Van Dijk, Haaland,
Mbappe.
Mbappe. Next question, please.
Right, okay. 3 people that aren't those players.
Mateus, Jude. I've been impressed by Maldini.
Yeah.
I think Maldini's been really good at the back.
Styles item.
Yep. You look at the bench as well. That's where there's a little bit more creativity. Off those benches, Lionel Messi, I think CR7 is there. I'm really trying to pick out who it is from the haircuts of the players. Kevin De Bruyne, Wendy Renard for Team Pro Owns.
On the bench, the area's not even getting a start, is he? I mean, we saw a Brig Army use him quite a lot earlier.
Just went through the bench. And
guess the manager.
I'm going to go Guardiola. I know that head from anywhere.
Guardiola or Zidane. It's one of the two.
Oh, we're both wrong.
It's the...
Who's that, Brandon?
Depor?
Well, we are obviously waiting for this final to get underway. When we find information, we'll bring it to you.
Oh, I think we're loading in. Headphones are in from the players that we can see on their POVs.
There we go. We're back. I think the code's just been sent, so we don't want to give the code away.
Yeah.
You know, if something.
That's not what we want to happen here in the Creators Cup final. Players loading into the game, and we'll get this best of 3 underway as soon as we can. Keep in mind, winner of this one will be going through into the history books of this tournament.
Thank you.
You started that.
Appreciate it. Thank you. We are moments away. Let us know in the chat as well. Who do you think's going to win? Game 3. Is it going to be Team Merpro or is it going to be Team Pro Owned? Brandon will have his phone open. He'll be keeping an eye on it and seeing
which chat
who is more likely to you at home to pick up the victory. Well, we had a little bit of a wait. We had a little bit of a pause before Game 3. But here we are, and there's a pause straight away. Just to make a few changes.
Just a few more extra changes.
Renard straight on.
Really?
Yeah.
Always a start for many.
In at right back. For Team Pro Owns.
Here we go then, match 3. We are underway. Pro against Pro Owns.
Big match feel. Game 3, decisive. Who's going to the Champions League final?
Pro into Mbappe, what a save, check early doors. Already 4 minutes in, we're in for our first goal.
Got to see something different from JH7. That sub coming on now. Wendy Renard will pick up Erling Haaland when he floats into those back post areas to try and compete. She gets forward as well. You just see the play styles in the bottom right corner. Anticipate and aerial plus. That is why she has been given the task.
Yeah, right back.
Of Erling Haaland.
Hernandez, Mateus, this is J7. We need to see more from him in these areas. If he looks to try, find a way through. Great finish there. Just needed a hand from Allison to keep it out. Corner. Keep an eye on Haaland's movement now. Number 8 on the screen. Goes all the way through.
just
really,
just clinching the top of the bar. There was that one player in Sunday League that always tried scoring from the corner. Definitely you.
Weren't me. It's just a bit of a risk, isn't it? Especially against Van Dijk, as great as Haaland is.
You're playing the 50-50 ball, but Van Dijk he doesn't make it a 50-50, he makes it an 80-20 because of the size, the pace, the physicality, the aura. Now he's got a partner alongside him in Maldini as well.
Offside, Mbappe. Oh, that could be a huge mistake. Haaland is way out of the box. We can just delay it with a couple of step overs or ball rolls. Does enough there to delay. Then Haaland is now in the box, which he should be winning that header there onto plate. It would have been to R9, just taken off his toes by Petr.
He wanted the touch. If he runs it back, does he shoot first time? I think he certainly tries it. But even when the ball's a nothing pass, Haaland makes it something.
Just floats, doesn't it? You just know he's going to win it every single time. Renard there wins that battle against Haaland that he pointed out. Quicker off the mark of a player switch. JH7 still on the hunt for a clean chance at goal.
First time these two played, if you are just joining us, this is match 3. 2-0 the first time around.
Playing different Esports then. What map are we on?
It's the big green one. 2-0, Merpro won the first game.
And we had to go, you said, to the creator matchup where we saw 5-1 win for Pro Owns. That's all back in the hand. The competition winners that came through their online qualifiers for these creators late last year. For an all-paid trip to Manchester, to the Etihad Stadium to compete in this offline tournament with some crazy prizes on the line. Left-hand side, plenty of space there. It's a one-on-one battle with Teo Hernandez can try and outsmart the full-back. J7 still in possession, still. Ooh. Just about got away with that one via Maldini.
You're also asking, where's Haaland in that entire encounter? I think he was waiting for him to be a bit more of a focal point. Hernandez really walked the ball in the back of the net himself. Under JH7's control.
Knew it'd be tight and tense. We're on our way to a 0-0 half-time. Teo Hernandez, bottom. His screen just made a really long run into the box to try and latch on to a back post header. Hernandez, Haaland, could this be the breakthrough we've been looking for on the stroke of half-time? R9, clever. It ran straight into Maldini, who, as you've said, has been superb.
One more chance before half-time.
Randy Renard, massive switch of play, does play it to a fellow Frenchman.
chance.
There's Haaland corner.
Yeah, the ref will play it.
The last chance. No added time has been put on here.
We get one corner.
Let's have a little look what happens here then. It's Haaland trying to match up Haaland. There's Haaland at the back post. Flicked it onto Virgil van Dijk and 0-0 at half-time. In our Creators Cup final presented by PlayStation Tournaments here at the Etihad Stadium. One of these two teams will be winning UEFA Champions League tickets alongside €2,500 in about 16 game minutes time.
Yeah, you just heard of a round of applause as well from everyone in attendance here at the Etihad. I think the appreciation is certainly shown for all 4 players on the stage right now. In particular, these two who have been going back and forth all game long. It's a deciding game. And it's 45 minutes potentially away from us crowning the Creators Cup EA Sports FC 24 champion.
For the first time ever. That could be a mistake if...
Oh!
Team of the year. Ronaldo can jump onto the chance, does well to get back round and give himself a bit more time. It's Bonmati!
It's green timed.
It's potentially the wrong player in the wrong place.
Just because it was green didn't mean it was goal bound. Just look at the top side of the pitch. There's 2 players over there who might have the numbers.
Fullback and Mbappe. Haaland just sort of comes close there, doesn't he?
Yeah, you want him to run away.
Just because the possession's on this left-hand side, unfortunately. He needed the cross to come from the opposite side.
Beautiful switch. See all those double playstyle pluses in use from the Team of the Year items and the higher tier players available in the game right now.
Mati, Mbappe, as you said, there's been no sort of risk of a edge of the box finesse shot or Trivela.
It's been a very risk-averse game. Like, no one's pulled the player out of position or looked to potentially, I'm going to say, even try and win the game yet. Both players know the importance of that first goal could be the only goal.
And it has been so toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
Both have been superb at the back, maybe until now, though. Here's the chance, JH7, back to Haaland. The keeper goes down to ground and gets back up pretty quickly. Great reactions there from MGCF Big, just to get himself back in possession.
Yeah, it was a big chance for Team Pro Owns.
It becomes one of those games where
you're just getting bodies in the way.
Getting more and more closer to being a 1-goal grand final matchup. Trivela there, didn't think about it. Mbappe still.
We'll go to extra time if we need it.
Mbappe player locked. Nice step over exit. There's Haaland. Can he make something happen here? One more pass finds to Hernandez. Is there a cutback available from the Frenchman? Does get back to Haaland. Still building. Nice step over Antonati. Bonmati! Potentially. With a match winner there for the German duo. Yes, there's more time on the clock, but the build-up was superb. It was one of them. Who was going to take the finish? Who was going to take that risk at a goal? And I thought it might have been the unfamiliar pick and choice in this team.
Well, we asked
Bonmati.
We asked, what does she bring? What does she offer? Incredible attacking stats in that third of the pitch. And that could be the one and only goal in our grand final. Best of 3, and this is game 3.
The amount of times as well in our time, Richard, of commentating these sort of games in best of 3 games, it's always the case they lose the first one.
Yep.
Then when they get a second bite of the cherry, whether it's been a bracket reset in past times, it just sometimes happens this way. There is still a lot of time to be played though. 24 minutes still to come. Changes are made, attacking changes as well.
It's a great finish on the left foot. She's been the one player that has got forward, to be honest. The green time shot across the keeper, it went high over the bar, but Aitana Bonmati, best women's player on the planet, potentially winning the Creators Cup Grand Final for Team Pro Hounds.
His teammate just watches on. Prays that he can do enough to hold this tie out. Game management will be the words. But there will still be a 1 or 2 moments like this.
But it just slips through the cracks, and it's all about MGCF big for Team Merpro. Can he capitalise?
Could this be the chance for Team Merpro now? Mbappe play a lot. Bit of goalkeeper movement was
Penalty!
teased.
Penalty!
And just like that, the game changes. Huge chance from the spot from Haaland. For Team Merpro to bring this back all sweat. Haaland from the spot does score. 15 minutes on the clock, and just like that, it's all square again.
It was great play down the right-hand side. The link-up player, I think it was Mia Hamm, who passed the ball back into Mbappe's path. And when he got down that right-hand side, the decision-making was then made up for him because of the real aggressive goalkeeper movement. I've got to be honest, he pulled that keeper all the way across to try and mark the pass across, or whether it was a cross, whatever he wanted to do. That then made up his mind, I'm shooting near post. He greened it near post, and as that shot came in, the collision with the defender, the penalty given, and then the big question is from 12 yards, do you have the bottle? Stuck it in the top corner, left no mistake whatsoever. Emphatic penalty. Potentially gives her a little bit of confidence going into a penalty shootout, which could be not too long away.
Back to the drawing board we go once again. Extra time?
Yeah.
I think it screams it.
Wouldn't mind it.
Maybe even a little penalty shootout along the way. We are getting ahead of ourselves here. There will still be a good 1 chance each for both players. Free kick played. Maybe Bonmati on for a second. Bellingham disguised that one so well. Clever pass into Arnheim. Seven minutes away from extra time. 30 more minutes of it. On ball, Mbappe. Fancy it, Bellingham from there. De Bruyne.
Ooh.
There's only been recent patches in the game and what Norwich, but there's just been a few moments where just take your risk.
Yeah, just back yourself.
Team of the year players that have got incredible stats.
Haaland.
Nice exit back to Ronaldo. He's going to get a second by Petr Cech. With a huge save. Final 2.5 minutes. Who can hold their nerve, or who can be a hero? You know where it's going. Haaland's there at the front post, flicked on for another corner again. It's just, how can you detain him?
We also can't be too aggressive with the keeper movement and pull him too far out that he gets stuck in no man's land. Petr Cech. That's what JH7's trying to do, as well as that, look for Haaland's positioning.
Alternatively, try and get Van Dijk just to man mark the Norwegian forward. 1 minute plus additional time.
Last chance.
Added time of 2 minutes, and then we're going to extra time. Last moment of magic this 1-1 could be. Score this, and you're off to UEFA Champions League Grand Final. Pass full kindly, no extra time needed. 30 more minutes. This one really has been the best. It might as well be the best of 5.
I'd have liked that.
Best of 7. We might be going to the early hours.
Just start to see
so hard.
The subs
to
now
this game
are really, really important. He's still got a few left to play. Does JH7.
Pro's over the shoulder of JH7 now, just to go through a couple of maybe last-minute changes.
CR7, Ronaldinho, Hansen.
I've often sit here and said it before, Richard. There's 2 ways a grand final often goes: a blowout or
a great game.
Goes right down to the wire like this one has. And it provides a really entertaining game. Back on the way, 30 more minutes. Here at the Esports FC Creators Cup Final, presented by PlayStation Tournaments on PS5. Including what has been a fantastic 2 days here at the Etihad Stadium of Manchester City.
Just offside. You just see at the top of the picture there, Haaland's pulled right onto that far side now. He's really trying to get on that back post area and be a menace more than anything.
CR7, couple of step overs, ball roll! Cristiano Ronaldo! It's absolutely magic!
The big moments, they fall to you. The individual brilliance is superb, but also the threat of Haaland, the threat of Mbappe. It opens up space, and it's crazy to say it opens up space for players like CR7, because we've not seen a long shot in this entire game. Over 3 games, we've not seen someone just hit it. And he didn't only hit it, he green timed it out of a skill move, and it flew into the back of the net. Unpredictability wins games.
Mr. Reliable as ever, Cristiano Ronaldo. We might not see much of him this year, but when he comes into a Team of the Year body, what a different player he is. Back trailing now is the German side of Team Pro owns. 2-1 down in the tie.
Finesse.
De Bruyne. Mbappe goes all the way back to the fullback. I'm not sure if he meant that or not. You just see the creators watching on. Going for all the emotions. Ronaldinho and Mbappe, chance to burst away. If he finds a third, it could be a different story. Haaland's going to lift it that onto the path of Ronaldinho. Fortunate enough, Van Dijk was there.
There also no one else in the box with him, Haaland. He won the header and he did his job, but picking up the scraps, picking up the seconds, it just wasn't available.
1 minute of added time, and that should do us for half-time and extra time. 15 minutes away. It's Team Pro from a Creators Cup final victory. There's the changes being made now. Constant pressure going on, as you can imagine. Changes, the personnel being made.
Murpro happy with what he's seen. 15 minutes away on the left-hand side of your screen. Constant pressure. direct passing, everything you would expect. He's still got subs to go. Do we see CR7? Do we see even Lionel Messi, Hansen, Ronaldinho? He's not really hit Haaland, so do you bring Haaland off? Messi is the man. As well as Hansen at right back. Haaland stays on the pitch.
This is it.
Massive 15 minutes.
When you drop back to the game, you just think, oh man, I forgot something.
Well, Murpro's got no subs to make.
He's used them all, hasn't he? There's fresh bodies all over the pitch.
Just see how he's tightening it up as well. Zidane's playing right back. Vieira's in at centre. CDM is onto a 4-2-3-1. He's stacking the midfield, trying to probably those wide cams as well on come back. So he's trying to not allow the space on the wings, track back with the wide players, and any sort of cross that's going to be in, stop it at source.
JH7. Our team prize kicking from left to right. Last 15 minutes here. Suddenly, look, where he goes for constant press, there will be gaps that will appear. Or he could find a third. We're on for it now. Ronaldinho finds Mbappe! Is that the goal? To win the competition.
We often see it. One player has to go forward, start pressing, start throwing bodies to try and salvage a result. What happens down the other end? Spacing behind, opportunities with fresh players off the bench, and a remarkable ending to this matchup.
€10 minutes away from €2,500 and a handful of UEFA Champions League tickets for this year's final. Another trip back over to Europe for the Brazilians, unless... I say unless, Virgil van Dijk, fantastic block there. One ball forward, doesn't need to score again, but could take more minutes out of the game. Fortunately, time just trickling away. He's on side to Hernandez. No, he's not. I mean, what story from these players. They were straight through to the quarterfinals. They did top their group yesterday.
Really tight group as well. It came all the way down to the final matchup. And in the bracket, they did the business.
They did against what? Team Air 5 that went to a game 3. They're a team that love going to game 3, Richard, I've realised. Quarterfinals went to game 3, semi-finals went to game 3, as we saw. And in this grand final, they have gone all the way this time. This year's EA Sports FC 24 Creators Cup champions, presented by PlayStation Tournaments, will be the Brazilian side of Team Pro. €2,500 guaranteed, and tickets to this year's UEFA Champions League Grand Final. What a result for both of those players in the end. They travelled all the way from Brazil over to Manchester, and they'll be flying back very, very happy indeed.
Never doubt a Brazilian team or a Brazilian player in a competitive FC game. They just do the business. They always do the business.
Knockouts.
They've just got a way of winning. They've got a way of getting through it, and they've got a way of getting over the line. And congratulations, enjoy the final and enjoy the €2,500.
Such a good moment as well, Richard, to replicate this format, because there has been times when the creator has not been up to the level of the pro, because these are pro players. Some of these players, they've played in competitive tournaments. They naturally their focus is on playing the game, maybe not making videos and content creation. But the way that this format has allowed a best of 3 to happen, between them, they've both been able to put in their own work and work out scenarios of how they've been able to get through to this grand final and then become champions.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the performances as well, they've just played really well. Like, obviously, MGCF big, you expect that from him, and maybe in the knockouts he's carried a little bit more of the weight, but his teammate in Merpro, whether it's even just coaching him, just like motivating him and getting him up for it. You said that he's been around that Brazilian team that has won big national tournaments. Huge congratulations.
And we always say, don't we? Of all nations that play this game and win money and win prize money in tournaments, the money that does as well for those South American players as well. That's travelled all the way over from South America to be here in Manchester is massive for those, especially, you know, that chance to come back here again to Wembley Stadium for this year's UEFA Champions League final. Look, another chance to come and travel back to Europe again. Don't get me wrong, it's a long flight, but I don't think they'll be complaining.
No, I'm sure they won't be. I'm sure they'll be enjoying it as well. And you just saw the reaction as well on the stage. Clearly, just euphoric in victory.
And a great example as well, Richard, of what this is all about, getting players online, like you guys watching right now, that can still sign up to PlayStation tournaments via the Ultimate Team menus or from your PS5 console. So easy to get involved. Who knows? You play a couple of games at home online. You go, you want to play over to Manchester. I mean, maybe next year, who knows where we'll be. But a great example of what this is all about, Richard. Hundreds of thousands of players got involved. Only one can be crowned champion alongside the content creator.
And it's the moment that you signed up for in October, November to play on Merpro's team. And now we've seen the culmination of it. Just a great moment. Unbelievable from PlayStation, putting this tournament together as well. I think 12 different regions from all across the globe. Everyone meeting here at the Etihad Stadium. It is where the champions play, where the trebles being held. I think we saw it in that little stadium tour that we did yesterday. Very, very happy with the Champions League trophy, and I'm sure that Team Merpro will be very happy to be watching who lifts the 2024 Champions League as well.
It has really been a worldwide tournament, hasn't it? So we've been all around South America, over to India, we've been to Oceania, we've included all the regions to get to this stage right now. So what a fantastic tournament. It's been an amazing 2 days, as we said. I believe that we're going to go to a quick VT before we head into our trophy lift. Again, a massive well done to everyone involved. We do have our winners, we are going to crown them shortly, but before that, check this out.
Gaming is defined by moments.
It is intense.
The joy of victory and the thrill of overcoming challenges. Welcome to our home of competitive gaming, where we can all experience exciting esports moments.
The final 1v1 of the game here.
And celebrate the pros and the rising stars.
I do want to see a female in the MCS.
Bringing you guides and deep dives.
Horizon can go up, but she can't go up fast.
And tournaments where the community competes.
Wait! Did he go? No way!
Whether you're in a heated match,
Back, let's go!
or watching along at the edge of your seat.
A duo taking down a trio.
Let's create moments from the games you love.
Come take it!
Join us and subscribe to our channel to follow everything esports on PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Well, there you have it. An incredible couple of days have come to a conclusion now. We, of course, have crowned our champions for the EA Sports FC 24 Creators Cup, powered by PlayStation tournaments. And they, of course, get to go to the UEFA Champions League finals and pick up a very cool €2,500. It is Team Merpro, ladies and gentlemen. Vamos! Merpro, let's bring you into the middle of the stage. The stage is very much now yours. MGCF, congratulations. It was very much a joint achievement here as the duo. I mean, you very much were the underdogs. How on earth did you do it, and how proud are you of that man next to you?
I'm going to the Champions League final because of him, so I'm pretty proud. He played very well. He was the best player in my opinion, not because he's my dude, but he won. He beats everybody. and I'm pretty excited to be part of this team. Congratulations, you are beast, Victor, and thank you for playing in my team.
Like this, what do they mean for you, PlayStation tournaments? You play from home and now you're traveling the world and you've won some crazy money and prizes.
O que torneio da PlayStation significa para você? Você tipo jogando jogando em casa e estando aqui agora em Manchester para poder jogar.
Para mim é algo absurdo, é algo que eu tinha sonhado já com a classificação e eu estar aqui realizando outro sonho que é sair vencedor e o principal que é assistir a final da Champions League.
He said that was a dream come true. He said as well that winning is good, but seeing the Champions League final was a dream come true as well, and he is pretty happy for the results.
It was an unbelievable grand final. It went all the way down to extra time. Few words for your opponents in Team Pro Owns. Unbelievable performance from both yourself and them. What do you make of them in the final?
Yeah, they were the hardest team to beat for sure. They play very well, both the pro player and the influencer. And I think that when we draw the game, I think it was 7 minutes. There was when I said to him, "You won. You already won." So congratulations to them. They played very, very good and was really, really tough to beat them.
Well done.
Well said, and I think without further ado, let's once again put our hands together for our champions, Team Merpro! What an incredible couple of days we had. Of course, it started way back in October 2023. Hundreds of thousands of creators and players took part in this incredible event, and hopefully we get more tournaments like this in the future as well. You know what to do, check out PlayStation tournaments, and next year it could be you. But that is it from us. Congratulations once again to Merpro, and thank you so much to everybody who helped put this event on, from all our creators to all our players, to Richard and Brandon, and of course to the production team. We hope we'll see you all again next year. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.